All right. In 5, 4, 3. Coming to you live from Tiger Showman's headquarters, we have the Green Haired Guys show with your host, Louis Goodnight Gaudino. Got a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. We got a real awesome special guest in here, MMA superstar Mike Trizano. It's the Green Haired Guys show. What's up, Louis?
What's going on, Larry? We got a 145-pound champion and a 155-pound champion.
Yep.
Right? Mike Trizano here. What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Anytime, man.
Newly crowned.
Newly crowned.
Regional. What is the difference?
He's the champ.
He's the champ.
He's the champ.
What does a regional mean?
Means regional. In the region.
Does that mean if you go, say,
In the
to
Northeast
Ohio,
region.
they don't recognize you?
I think it's another way for ROC to do more championship bouts, maybe.
Probably.
They have the regional, then they What happened? You right over
I
there?
spit out my coffee on my face a little bit. New to this whole drinking liquid.
They're honey dicking people with the championship.
So yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. As far as our schools go, we should also say Mike is the head instructor of our Paramus location, Paramus, New Jersey. We're going to talk about some stuff like that. Everybody's back into school now, so we're going to do the bully stuff. We're going to talk about the different levels of bullying. Today we'll hit level 1. We're definitely going to discuss his fight. We'll go over some of the stuff that happened this weekend. Canelo versus Triple G, that farce. Rockhold.
Did you watch the Triple G fight?
I watched highlights.
I didn't get to see it yet.
I just saw highlights too. I didn't watch the whole fight.
Yeah.
I actually heard it was it was a good fight. It was an entertaining fight.
Yeah,
just
no.
the decision.
He got robbed.
It just makes no sense. It's rigged.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be.
Money's in the rematch.
I think they said something about too that one of the judges
Adelaide Bird.
was supposed to be a judge on the Demetrius Johnson Ray Borg fight coming up, and now they
Took him off.
Yeah.
He took him off supposedly.
Good.
That fight is also so usually an interim championship fight
Would be tough.
would be before a main championship fight. It kind of goes by the weight classes. So if it's the 145-pound champ and the 170, the 70 gets the headliner,
Okay.
unless you're Connor. But they're actually putting Ray Borg and Demetrius Johnson as the co-main event, even though the Tony Ferguson fight is for the interim belt.
I think they're just taking shots at poor Mighty Mouse. I think they're picking on him a little bit. I think when you irk Dana, he kind of holds a grudge. He looks like a spiteful person.
Well, who knows if Ray Borg's going to make weight and actually show up?
Terrible.
It's not the first time that's happened.
Unprofessional when people don't.
That's been happening recently. Just people all of a sudden getting an illness
Right.
before the fight. I don't
the
get
girl.
it.
Amanda Nunes.
Amanda
Yeah,
Nunes,
same
yeah.
thing.
But also, your body, when you're cutting weight, your immune system goes to you know what I mean?
I would fight if I was sick.
But how sick?
There's
Like, if
there's no way that he was so sick where he could not have fought.
You don't know that.
there's yeah.
I had pneumonia, so I'm at the doctor. He gives me medication. Had a crazy fever, like 105. And so I go to the doctor. He's like, you really should go to the ER. And I'm like, I don't want to go to the ER. Just give me some medicine. He's like, all right, take this. Come back in 2 days. My fever goes away. He's like, if anything changes, though, call me. 2 days later, I go back. I'm in the office. It's like, no, my fever's down. No, my fever's. He's like, when did you get that cough? It's like, what are you talking about?
Just swallow the bug.
So he's like, listen, here, go get an x-ray down the street, and they'll send me the results quick. I had pneumonia. So I'm like, all right, what medication? He gives me, does that affect, water retention? He's like, why? He's like, I got to fight in Canada next week. He's like, no, you don't. He's like, oh, no, I'm fighting. He's like, you can't fight. You're not going to be able to, perform. It's going to take at least 4 weeks till you feel 100%. I was like, okay.
Pneumonia is no joke.
Is he going to call the UFC? Like, I'm like, whatever. So I was telling Sheehan about it, and then he's like, you can't fight. I was like, I'll be all right. I'll feel better. So he's like, all right, take 2 days off, and then come back. So I took 2 days off, felt a little bit better. It's like, hit the bag for 3 5-minute rounds, see how you feel. By the 3rd minute of the first round, I'm like, like somebody was sitting on my chest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I got a head cold, or I'm feeling lightheaded,
Yeah.
stomach ache, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
yeah, when it goes to your lungs, that's a totally
Yeah,
different
that's your
different
wing.
ball
so
game.
you don't know how bad he was. But then again, it's a UFC title shot. He didn't know they were going to rebook the match. They might say, oh, you missed weight twice, you didn't show up on fight night. we're putting somebody else in. You know, Benavidez will get the rematch.
17th shot.
Yeah, he's got 8 wins in a row.
You just let that
something.
guy keep fighting until he beats him. You should. That's just the right thing.
Well, the first fight was awesome.
Yeah.
The second fight he got knocked out quick, but
second round or first round?
first round, I believe.
I don't know.
I think they should do another mini tournament to see who faces Demetrius Johnson.
You mean like they did on the show?
Yeah, kind of like when Tim Elliott
Mhm.
got the shot, and he almost caught Johnson in a submission. So I think that another
tough
tournament
fight.
would be pretty good because there's the talent depth in that weight division's not. It's very
I think they're all good. It's just he's so much better.
yeah. So
He's just so much
It's like
better.
Roy Jones Jr. in his prime. Roy Jones Jr. in his prime, people used to knock him for not taking the tough fights. He's taking the fights that are there. They're not tough for him.
He would say, "Look,
Yeah.
these guys are tough. I just make it look easy."
Yeah.
that's true.
You know, he was just so much better.
Um,
Did you see the rumor? I don't know if it's true, but it was spreading all over Facebook. Like people were sharing a post that Canelo's next fight
Is McGregor?
is McGregor.
I did see that
They're already in
post.
talks.
it's not him.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Connor's next fight's going to be in the UFC.
Now, why do you say that?
Because I think that as prideful as he is, and as his confidence is probably his best technique. You know what I mean? His overabundance of confidence. I think it took a little bit of a shot. He's got to build it back up a little bit for himself. I think he's got to go in. He's got to toast some MMA guy, and just to make himself feel good again.
But who's he come back and fight?
He's going to fight. I believe he's going to come back and fight the winner of Ferguson Lee. Which is a fight that doesn't make a lot of money. I mean, Conor will make
That's
a lot
why I
of
don't
money.
think he won't make enough.
He wanted Khabib, man. He wanted Khabib in Russia. That would have been a big fight. That would have been a lot of money.
That would have been a lot of money, but now he can't fight Khabib because he got an interim champ. The only other fight they might do is Nate Diaz, but that also doesn't make sense if you got an interim champ, sitting on the side. So, you're Conor McGregor.
Wouldn't be the first time he made someone sit and wait
That's
to fight
true,
him.
but it's like, do you want to fight Canelo and make 60, 75 million, or do you want to go fight, Kevin Lee and his, 200,000 Twitter followers? It's gonna be a big fight. You'll make like 10 mil.
You remember?
How do you justify that?
Remember Stephen Bonner was talking? This was years ago. Stephen Bonner was talking about who wants to fight me? No, I got more Twitter followers than her. I'm not fighting him.
Yep.
That's how he picked his fights.
Yep.
They have more Twitter followers than me, then I'll fight them. If not, then I'm not. I don't care about belts. I want followers on my Twitter. All right, so let's get into our first segment, bully prevention. Mike, what side of the argument were you on? Were you the bully or were you the victim?
Or neither.
No, I mean, I was really neither. I mean, there was times where like there was a kid who really picked on everybody, and everyone just got their turn, But I mean, I was never really bullied too bad, or I never bullied, So I was kind of just that neutral position. So.
Any of your friends?
No, not really.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, good for you. When did you start training?
I started training when I was like 16, 17. So, almost 10 years.
Yeah. What were you doing before that?
Nothing, playing football.
Yeah.
Football and eating terribly and
Football,
Being-
concussions, getting punched in the head, concussions.
went from one to the other.
From one CTE to the next.
You ever watch when football play? You still watch football? You still football?
Yeah, of course.
You ever watch when these idiots get into a fight on the football field and punch the guy in the helmet?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Punch a guy in the helmet.
Or the worst is when they'll get into fights and a guy will take his helmet off.
Yeah.
I'm like, you better put that back on. Someone's gonna headbutt you
Yeah.
with one of
Yeah.
those helmets.
They do that sometimes. The guys on defense, they'll smash their helmets together. Sometimes they forget they're not wearing their helmet. They just pretend like it didn't hurt.
I actually saw something on a post on Facebook, and it was about a 7-on-7 football league that just came about, and it's starting to get big. They have like 12 teams now.
Tackle?
Yeah, it's full contact, but there's no pads. But they're saying it's safer than football because they don't have helmets on, so they're not going to use their head as much because there's no protection. So they're using more of their body, and there's less head trauma.
It's like,
Well, there's not as much impact. I mean, look, we wrap our hands and put gloves, not to protect the other guy. It's to protect your hands so you can hit harder. You know what I mean? You're not going to throw as many bombs, barehanded. And I've heard that argument before with football, like the helmet, the shoulder pads, and this and that. you're just reinforcing this guy and making him
Mhm.
more of a,
Yeah.
weapon where he can keep slamming.
And these guys just keep getting bigger and faster and stronger.
Well, yeah, you get a guy that's like 350 pounds and they run like a 4.6.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like that's like I
go
wouldn't want to
through-
be in front of that.
They go through the agility drills like you do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's crazy. They're just massive humans.
All right, so we're working real hard, Lewis and I, on staying on topic, and we're really.
It's
bad
not
at it.
easy.
We're
It's not
really-
easy.
we're
That's
really
all right. We're
bad.
just talking.
ADD is a very powerful weapon. All right, so
ADD is a farce. It doesn't
Um,
exist. It's called boredom.
you said you started training in when you were 16.
16, 17.
Yeah, 16, 17. When I was in high school.
When did you start helping? Not being a full instructor, but just helping out.
16, 17.
At least a few months into my training. I mean, probably when I was around a blue belt, I came in and then Sensei was just like, "All right, you teach a jab." I came in to just take an adult class. I was wrapping my hands and we went through the warm ups and then we pulled out the bag. He's like, "All right, Mike, you're teaching the jab." I'm like, "What?"
Like as a demo in front
Yeah.
of the class.
Yeah, it's demo for the class. So I get up there and I'm literally just like, "All right, we're gonna throw a jab." And I just like threw the jab probably like 70 times. I didn't know what to say. I was like, "Just like that," and I walked away.
The buzzer goes off. The break is over. They're
He's
into the
still
next
working.
round.
Yeah.
It's the
Still
fourth
working.
round. He's like, "I'm gonna get extension on the jab."
Well, he told me he's like they learn mostly just from watching your technique. You got good technique, so just throw the jab, explain a few things. I didn't know what the hell to say, so I just threw the jab a lot.
You ever have this? This happened to me like a week or two ago. You get a little bit later in the day, or maybe it's like a Thursday or whatever. Your brain's a little bit fried, whatever. I was teaching my class. I think it was an intermediate class, and we were on the bag. And I did my demo. And this is one of the things, we all have our little pet peeves as instructors, things that bother us. And whatever. Tag out.
Drives me
Shirt
nuts.
not tucked in. Different things. So, did my demo, and then I go back, start the music, clock goes on, everything's going on, and I look around the room, and there's maybe I have like 12 people in class, and there's 2 people hitting the bag, and everybody else is like this, like looking at them, like, what's the drill again? What are we supposed to do?
Oh.
Like that. So I stopped the music, and I was like, listen, I'm not doing any more demonstrations ever again, because you guys don't watch them. You guys don't watch my demos. I'm not doing them anymore. I'm going to put a list on the wall. I'm going back in my office. Call me when you're done.
That's like when you teach a grappling move. And there's a bunch of steps. So I understand you're going to mess up.
Mhm.
But it's like, we're doing a triangle from the closed guard. Why are you in side control?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Or like, and
Like
maybe
I expect that from the kids, but not the adults.
Oh no, the adults are way worse.
Oh, my
The kids
God.
are at least afraid, so they'll do something just to make it look like they were paying attention. The adults are like, yeah, I don't have any clue.
Are we
what's
punching
going
or kicking?
And not to throw anybody underneath the bus, Engineer Bill over here. We just do a demo. Oh, can I do this? Like we're doing defensive drills, like catching the jab. Bill, why are you round kicking? Because he could do that. It's possible he could do that. He could just snap a round kick. Not in this drill. He can't do it.
Not in this drill.
Bill, why did you just throw a spinning back fist? He's like, because I saw the opening. Bill, this isn't a
It's a
fight.
drill. It's a
This
drill.
is a drill. Of course you're gonna see the opening. This is a drill. Yeah, so things like that. Fun things like that. So, have you had experiences where, like, kids have come up to you, or even adults, teenagers, whatever, and you've had to talk to them about bullies?
Oh, of course. You know, I've had plenty of cases where kids will come in, or the parents will come in and bring their kids, and they're getting bullied pretty bad. I mean, I had a case when I was in the head instructor in Nanuet. I had a kid who was getting bullied really bad. He wasn't doing anything about it. He was ignoring it, which we always say is the worst thing you can do because it just keep getting worse. Finally, it hit the point where I was just like, he came in for class one day, and he was amazing on the bag, like, great technique, strong, but he just didn't know what to do. I was like, listen, the next time they do something, just punch the kid in the face. Literally, the next day, I get a phone call from the dad. He's like, I want to thank you.
Yep.
He's like,
My son
Kid-
just got suspended.
He's
My
like,
son's
thank
suspended,
you.
And he's got his hands in a cast.
but
It's okay.
the kid pushed him. He punched him, got on top of him, and went crazy and just started hitting and hitting and hitting. Now the kid wants to be his best friend. I'm like, it hit the point where that was the only way it could have been handled because it's been going on for so long. It couldn't there was no other way.
Yeah, have you seen the movie, the documentary Bully?
No, I have not.
So I showed it before, like, we do our bully prevention, and then, like, either a week or two before or after, I show that, and I have the parents come in and watch. And, there's kids who commit suicide, and
Yeah.
really horrible stories. But there was one kid who was the friend of the kid who committed suicide. They were both getting picked on. And he said, one day I just snapped, and I was either going to hurt myself or I was going to hurt somebody else. He's like, and the kid was messing with me, and he threw me into the lockers. He goes, I just hit him. I kept hitting him until somebody pulled me off. So the interviewer was like, well, what happened after that? He's like, nothing. I'm a ghost. I said, what do you mean? He's like, I walk through the hallway. They don't look at me. They don't talk to me. I'm invisible to them now. Like, there's your answer. You got to stand up for yourself. They're not going to mess with you if you fight back.
Exactly.
What is this?
I'm trying to find. Remember the movie A Christmas Story?
Oh, that was a good movie.
Vaguely.
There's a scene in the movie, like it's like what Mike's talking about. Like, see this kid?
Mhm.
He's about to snap. He's about to lose his mind.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, don't worry. It's not like we're doing anything in here. Well, I guess when
Aren't you
you're
guys training?
This
Don't
is
you have a big fight coming up?
this is
I do.
Whoop.
this is
What
Sensei
are you
Jimmy
doing?
Rivera, number 3 in the world. Come on in so we can get you on camera in those spandex.
Am I spandex?
Spandex.
Everything
All
spandex.
spandex.
Damn.
Is this gonna get my butt? Right
That's
there?
you.
Yo, come
Go
on,
right in
bro.
the middle and start
We gotta
dancing.
train.
No, I know.
Bellator fight coming up.
I know.
I know.
Shh, we didn't announce it yet.
And this is what your Bellator fight's gonna look a little bit like, Tris.
Except the guys a little taller.
It's like this.
Just like this.
He didn't even get full mount, this kid.
Hopefully your ground and pound's a little bit better.
It's
That's
okay.
half guard.
Half guard's better than mount.
Yeah, control the hips.
He didn't even hit him in the face, but now his nose is bleeding.
Yeah. No shot to the face. Yeah, you get people like that though in class, like kids. They're doing something else. My nose is bleeding. How did you?
How did you know?
You're doing
You were
push-ups.
hitting the bag.
You're
Did it
doing
hit your
push-ups.
back?
Hurry up and finish.
All right, let's get back in.
He's so bossy.
Yeah, but you know what? He's Jimmy. You can't say.
He's an angry little elf, isn't he?
You can't say anything, girl.
Call me elf.
So let's
What's
talk about
funny?
the first part of bullying, first level, testing.
Testing stage.
Testing stage.
Calling you names.
The most important part. The most important part.
If you get to a point where you have a physical altercation with the bully, you messed up in the beginning. You have to pass this test. This is the test right here. Bullies don't know whether or not you're tough, whether you're going to fight back, whether you're going to stand up for yourself. So nobody's going to just walk up and start smacking you around, throwing you into the lockers. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Start with name calling, teasing, and this is where you got to nip in the butt in the
Right down
very
there.
beginning. Hmm.
They're testing the water, seeing if they can get away with it.
Yep. It's like the water. You go to the ocean, you put your toe in. Too cold. Run away. Go back. Put your foot in. Still too cold. Run away.
And a lot of times when this happens, if the parents do find out, because a lot of kids don't tell their parents, but they say, well, stand up for yourself.
Okay.
Well, what if they don't know how to fight? And they're like, well, don't talk to me like that. And the bully's like, what are you going to do? Now they're like, So I joke around with the kids and I tell them, why did we learn how to punch and kick? So we don't have to punch and kick.
Yeah.
Because in this situation, if somebody's like, well, what are you going to do? You're not going to be afraid. You're not going to be scared. You're like, if it gets there, I'm going to kick his butt. So you're going to be like, you heard me the first time. Keep it moving. Don't talk to me like that. And then you don't have to, use your martial arts training, which is the case in most times.
9 times out of 10, if you got to punch somebody in the face, you made a mistake. You messed something up there. I mean, there is the random occasion where some kid just comes up and
Test you.
smacks you in the head or something stupid, but most of the time, you're going to have a good chance to stop it before it starts. That's why I always
Sure.
try to get my kids to be quick with words. My son, for example, he's very witty. He's like me. He'll be
Good comebacks.
but
My
he can't
daughter.
fight. He can't fight real good yet. Yeah. So he's that kid who stand up for yourself. I will, and he's been training. He's been getting beat up since he's 2. So he'll go out there and he'll fight and he'll take a beating and he'll be fine with it. But you got to have actual self-defense knowledge behind you in
Right.
order to stand up.
Well,
and
it's like
say-
empty words. If you tell somebody, oh, if you keep doing it, I'm going to stand up for myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to defend myself. But then it gets to that point, and then you don't defend yourself. It's kind
Yeah.
of like, all right.
They call you bluff. Then it's going to be real
exactly.
bad.
You ever seen that movie about the alligator in the lake? I think it's called Lake Placid.
Oh, yeah.
Big giant
Oh,
alligator
yeah.
in the
Yes.
lake.
Like the
There's-
prehistoric dinosaur. or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
This thing is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Betty White's in it. She's cussing up a storm in it. It's pretty funny. The guy in that movie, the guy starts. The two of them start arguing. The sheriff and the scientist, and the scientist is like, "Hey, pal, listen. I took karate for 6 years when I was a kid. I got no problem fighting with you right now." And the sheriff just punches him in the face. He's like, "Oh, you're supposed to bow first. He always bowed first. He didn't bow." Bleeding out of his nose. I know Lewis and I. Were you always a big kid? You're a pretty big guy.
No, actually, I didn't really
He's
grow.
not big just because he's taller than us doesn't make him big.
Everybody's big to us.
I didn't really grow till senior year of high school. I mean, I was like 5'6", 5'7". I hit a growth spurt late.
Oh, only 5'6".
Only.
And that's our show. We're done. Thank you. We gotta make a new rule: 5'6" and under.
That's it.
That's it. I grew up real small, and so did Lewis. So we had to deal with bullying.
Obviously.
I had a lot of bullying issues when I was a kid, and unfortunately, this is one of the things that does happen. Me getting bullied made me go and bully other people. For a time, probably like when I was in like 7th grade or 8th grade, I went through angry and bullying people. I was that kid that was angry for no reason. You had no real reason to be angry. So I started bullying people, and then actually seeing it from that perspective a couple of times, I felt bad about it, and that's when I really stopped.
Yeah, a lot of times people that are bullies got bullied themselves, and
Yep.
they're trying to take it out on other people to make themselves feel good.
It's like a cycle.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle that never ends. All right, enough bully stuff. Let's talk about what we really want to hear about. We wanna hear
Mike's fight.
want to hear about the fight. Champion, regional champion. Now, does this mean you have to fight Julio?
I fight him every day.
Is Julio?
He fights him every day. He might as well get paid for it.
Yeah, that's true. We would bring Lou a big crowd, that's for sure.
Yeah, I probably would, right?
That'd be interesting.
That's a weird thing. Like, would you ever fight somebody on your team? Like, the money would have to
For
be
the right amount of money, yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, I mean, I think they told that to Shion once, getting Jimmy, and he's like, I got somebody, because Pace was in 135, you already got somebody in there. The UFC didn't have as much depth as it does now. He's like, so, they'll fight each other. Because if it comes to it, they'll fight. They fight every day for free. They might as well get paid for it.
If it's a title, like a #1 contender or a title fight, then you have to.
You got to do it.
Hey, well, when Shane, Julio, me, we're all in the same weight class, when we're 1, 2, 3, I mean, we could just keep fighting and getting a lot big paychecks.
Yeah. And you guys be like, listen, we could do this once a month. Once a month, I get a month off, right? You fight Shane, and then Shane gets to rest. You fight Julio the next month, and then you rest, and then Julio fights Shane.
Plus fight night bonuses.
Yeah. Oh, you guys would make a good scrap. A proper scrap. A proper scrap.
So the guy you fought, that was your first pro fight and his first pro fight?
Yeah, it was both of our pro debuts.
Was it a 2-rounder? In ROC, sometimes the
No,
first fight
it was 3 rounds, but if it's not a title fight, it's 4 minutes,
Oh.
not 5.
So it was 3
It was 3 4-minute rounds, yeah.
So this time it was 3
5s.
5s.
Yeah. And then since it's a title fight, they do 1 round extension if there's a tie.
If there's a tie. Now what happens if that round's a 10-10 or 9-9? Then they go to a 5th
It's
round.
like old COC, you just keep going. You just keep doing extension round after extension.
Tie.
Yeah.
Tie. Who wants it more? Just to see these two people pass
We
out.
did that one time, man. I had a kid from my school in my ring,
Mhm.
and he was going up against another kid. They were green belts at the time, Ben Item. And we did like 7 extension rounds. And the other kid, I think, was, remember Sensei Did you ever meet Sensei
Guzman.
Sensei
No,
Guzman?
it was before I got
Yeah, he was the coach of the other kid, and after like the 6th extension round, he finally walked on the mat. He's like, no more extension rounds after this. You guys pick a winner. And we were like, we're having fun. It's like 6:30.
But if it's so close, you kind of feel bad. Like,
Yeah.
look, these kids have been working their butt off. Let's have a clear
Yeah,
winner.
for sure.
You know what I mean?
And that kid, he went off to college. Went to college in North Dakota. He wants to be a air traffic controller. It's like the best school in the country.
Well, North Dakota has a big college. It's like a college town.
Oh yeah, his college campus is huge.
Yeah.
But he,
I mean, you leave that college town, and I don't know what you're doing out there.
well, yeah.
Unless you're
Moose
going,
He tells me he's
go
like, we
hunting,
get-
but that's about it.
we measure snow by the foot. Like he said, when it snows, we get like 2 to 3 or 4 feet of snow. Like that's how much
That's
snow we get.
crazy.
I couldn't go there. Anyway, he comes back on like vacations or breaks from school and comes in and trains and helps out and stuff. He's a good kid. But he still remembers it. He'll remember that COC for the rest of his life. Man.
Mhm. Good for you.
Longest 2-minute round of his life.
Making kids keep fighting.
Forever. So let's go over the fight. I talked to you a little bit about it yesterday. You said that the guy was running a lot.
Yeah, he was running a lot,
It's hard to fight somebody you
circling.
don't want to fight.
You know, I
Can you blame him?
No, I wasn't getting the cage. That's why I'm over here.
I didn't throw as much as I should have. You know, I mean, I watched the fight again
How many times?
a lot, and there's things I can work on. So I mean, it's a learning experience either way. You know, win's a win. Definitely would have rather put him away, but
I like that attitude.
Did you feel like this was a tougher fight than the first one? Or you felt
no,
like
I felt
the guy didn't offer
I was
anything
super
for you?
relaxed, super comfortable in there. From the pro debut when I fought, I was very nervous,
How
just
long ago was
because
that? A year?
it was a
Year and a half.
year and a half. It was. I was super nervous. You know, first pro fight, AC. You know, ring of combat. So
No
I was
shin
I was
pads.
definitely nervous.
No shin pads, going shin to
Well,
shin.
actually, my last amateur MMA fight was pro rules.
Oh.
So and plus I've done a lot of
Kickboxing.
kickboxing fights with no shin guards, so that didn't phase me. It was more just
Your first pro
I put unnecessary pressure on myself, you know. But this time I was super relaxed, you know. I felt fine in there.
I like what he said there too. I like when fighters like I'm not real happy with my performance. Like from the outside looking in, you watch the fight, you're like you didn't make a mistake. You didn't make one wrong move. But yeah, but you know I'm still not happy. I like that attitude. That always getting better attitude.
Yeah, no, there's some things I'm gonna work on, and for the next fight, it's gonna be different.
Well, what'd you do after you fight? How do you celebrate a big win like that? You gotta. How many belts do you have? I saw a picture on the
Providence.
Facebook.
10.
I saw a picture on the Facebook. There's belts everywhere, and you're
Yeah.
wearing them all. Like, how do you even move with that?
Well, Sensei Rappaport had to help me.
Took a lot of time for him to set up. Okay, one more over here. Okay,
Yeah.
one more over
And
here.
I'm still kind of bruised from my fight, so like my arm was dropping, and I'm like, take the picture.
So what did you do? What did you do after the fight? You and your girl. What did you guys do?
Providence?
I had a lot of. No, I didn't go to Providence. The last time I tried going to Providence, they wouldn't let me in because I had boots on. I don't have dress
you
shoes.
should have told them you.
I'm Michael Trezano.
Well, I didn't go to Providence this time.
You should
I
have
had a lot
went in
of.
the club with your belt.
Yes. Just your belt.
Next time.
You didn't. Let me ask you a question. First belt you ever won. You didn't take a picture with just your belt on.
No. Like naked with the belt. No. I went in the club with the
All right,
belt.
me neither then. I didn't do it either.
I went in the club with the belt.
Yeah.
Somewhere on Larry's hard drive, there's a picture of him
It's not on my
laying on a carpet like this.
Like
Titanic
Deadpool.
style.
Like Deadpool.
Like this with his feet up and just the belt
Like
around
George,
his hip.
like George Costanza.
Or
inside
one
belt.
knee up like that. Just wearing the belt.
Yeah. No, it's actually on Anthony's hard drive.
Anthony, if you're watching this, because
Yeah,
You know,
no,
send that to
all
me.
the times I've gone to ROC, all the never once went to that Providence club.
Honestly, the
It's all right.
last couple of times I fought, I've just been so tired, and I just relax, and I'm more concerned about eating than going out and partying. So I'll go out to dinner with like a bunch of my family, and that's what I did. And I'll just eat.
You sound old.
I know.
That's what I did after my last fight. Just
That's
went
me.
out to eat.
There it is.
Yep, that's Larry with the belt. That's a painting? Oh, we need that for the studio.
Oh,
Or this one. This is a good one too.
No, the other one's better. The
Yeah.
other one's better.
Ooh, that.
Kramer.
Um, yeah, so, you know, you actually were there. Lewis was in my corner for that fight. And then after that, we went to I was staying in a hotel, but we went to a different hotel, like across the street. Over there by the Raritan Center, there's a couple of different ones. And I met up with you, and Sidarius was there. I think Magda, remember Magda? I think Magda came by.
Good times.
Yeah. Lewis kept blowing me up. This is the new champ, and so like random people were at the bar, like on vacation from Ohio or whatever. Like, oh, let's buy you a drink. And I don't drink. I'm not good at drinking, so that's why I don't do it. But you don't refuse a drink. That's
It's rude.
It's not good
Yeah.
manners. So I had like 3 drinks and 3 drinks for me.
Well, especially after dieting and eating clean.
Yeah, I
and
never really had to diet that much.
This kid, we were fighting once in Asylum. Same day weigh-ins. I pick him up. I'm dehydrated. I'm hungry.
And cranky.
And cranky. We have to drive to Jersey from Yonkers. What is he doing? He just stopped at McDonald's and got like a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle
No, it
with
was,
hash browns.
They used to have it was like an Angus burger bacon burger thing. Angus, is that a word? Did I make
He's
that up?
eating McDonald's on the way to weigh-ins.
Like this. I mean, like this. French fry. Like right by his face.
Mhm.
French fry. He's chewing Big Red and spitting it into an empty water bottle just to get that last half of a fraction of a pound.
Then you have a CD with like 600 songs, an MP3 CD,
Oh my god.
and he can't listen to more than 30 seconds. So the beat would drop and the guy would do like 2 lines. He's like, next.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, let the song play.
No.
I
like to
next.
And you're at that point where every like just the tiniest thing, and you're just like, stop.
Stop it.
I was so cranky.
You have any like interesting weight cutting stories, like where you almost died or?
No, I've.
This one
I've
was
been
easy, right?
This one was very easy. The last fight I had, for some reason, just the water wouldn't come out. So I mean, it took a while. It took me like 6 hours to sweat out just like 4 pounds.
Oh.
It just wouldn't come out. Like I'd be in there for the sauna for 20 minutes. I'd come out. It was like half a pound. I'd go and I was like dripping sweat too. It made no sense. But this time it was easy. It only took me 3 sessions. You know, I was in 25 minutes first time, lost 1.5 pounds. Then like 2 minutes out, went in for 10 minutes, lost another pound. And then I went in, took another 2-minute break, went in for 10 minutes,
So you-
half a pound, I was good, 46 on the
So you
dot.
mind your weight all the time.
Yeah, I start pretty far out, and I'm super strict for like 2.5 months.
So right now, after your fight, what do you walk around at?
I was like 163.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He only
well,
eats what
because
he kills.
I gotta stay low, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I ate a little bit this weekend, but
Wait, how do you stay lower than Jimmy?
I don't know,
Jimmy's
that's-
built
that's
like a fire. Look at that picture. He's a fire hydrant. He's just boom.
So you've never had come close to not making weight? You ever?
No,
like,
I've always been good.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
ever got nervous? Like, I got
Yeah.
half a pound to go in like an hour.
Not that close. There's been times where like the week before, like a kickboxing fight, I was supposed to be 155, and I was like 163, and it was like the week of, and I got really nervous. So I was like, oh my god.
That's 8 pounds though. That's nothing.
No, I know, but at that time I was
Yeah.
still like new with it, and
Yeah.
I didn't know how my body was gonna be and stuff. So
Well, that's
Right.
good that you're smart like that. I think with what did they call it, the Foster system, the new weight class system they proposed or passed in California.
In California.
I think that's the way to go. I think the UFC's got to adopt. I think Bellator should do it first.
What do you mean? Every 10 pounds?
Yeah, 65, 75, 85, 95. Yeah, they're real loud over there. That's the speakers. Jimmy came in here. He knows we're doing a show, so they turned down the speakers on the mat, super duper loud. I think that's the way to go because the weight cut is too dangerous. It has a lot of irreversible damage you can do, and then the studies that they're doing now with
The brain.
concussions and such, your brain sits in a pool of liquid, and when you dehydrate yourself, that
That
pool of
gets
liquid
dehydrated.
gets smaller, and your brain is more vulnerable to get knocked
Concussions,
around.
knocked out.
yeah,
So-
well, I mean that's what I'll get my weight pretty close to where I gotta be. Like I'll be training anywhere between 155 and 160 for a while. So that way, and then last couple weeks I'll get even lower, and then I'll only have to cut like 3-4 pounds of water.
Yeah.
So,
Everybody kind of knows, like, you know where you need to be.
Yeah.
I know I'm 137. I do my water trick. I'm 130. Boom, 4 or 5 pounds of water.
You
kinda
ever
know.
weigh yourself right before you go back in the cage, just for shits and giggles?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I weighed myself.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Not just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
For,
I was 158 and a half when I right before I walked to go to the fight.
Yeah.
But
Right before you gave your dad a big hug.
yeah,
That's cool. Your dad comes out to support you. That's real
whole
cool.
family does. I had at least 60, 70 family members there. Yeah.
Lou likes that. I'm sure Lou will thank you for that.
Yeah. But I sold over 70 tickets, and I still had more people coming.
Mm.
Yeah, it was awesome. I think that was the loudest crowd I've ever had. It was
Packed
awesome.
you were the main event, too,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
nice.
No, it was
Oh, you
awesome.
were the
Like
main
normally when I'm in there, I kind of like drown out the sound, but like I heard
You
the
absorbed
place
it.
like rocking.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
Can you, so like when I'm fighting, you like hear the noise and stuff, but if
Yeah.
Larry's like, 2, 3, 2, just, no.
No,
I can hear Shion's voice, and I can hear my mom's voice.
Yeah?
She can be up in the bleachers, and like, kill him, Lois. I'm like, that's my mom. Like, the voice comes
Yeah.
through.
Yeah,
And you're like, okay, Mom,
No, yeah, I heard Shion perfectly clear. Heard everybody clear.
Didn't you jump off the cage one time and go give your mom a hug?
Yeah, I jumped out of the ring and ran up into the bleachers.
You did Jose Aldo before Jose Aldo.
Yes.
You stole that.
And then I did it at CFFC, but with my daughter. But then she moved. Like when I came out, so let's say this is the cage. When I came out, we came in here. She was here. So I got my knockout. I jumped out and I'm like, "Where's my daughter?" And they're like, "Jimmy took her. Jimmy took her right to the corner. She was in the corner for
the whole
fight."
time. Awesome.
So I ran back that way.
That's awesome. So Mike, what's your next move? Where you going?
I just
Hold on, wait.
What is that?
Drum roll.
I just signed a one-fight deal with Bellator. I'm going to be fighting on Bellator 186. It's at the Bryce Jordan Center in Penn State.
How far is
So,
Penn State from
It's
here?
close to 4 hours. Yeah, it's far. But I'm excited. You know, the headliner is Ryan Bader and co-headliner is Phil Davis.
That's cool.
So,
Well,
pretty
so
cool.
he's going to be in Bellator next. Bellator needs to clean up their website. They're terrible on their website. You would think Viacom would throw them a few more bucks for it. But we pulled up the roster of the Bellator 145ers. There's only 20 on them. You're not on this because you're brand new. What did you say the name of your opponent was?
Mike Otwell.
Yeah, he's not on here
I
yet
think
either.
I think he might be making his Bellator debut also.
Yeah, he's not on here.
They get a
either.
lot of local fighters to do
Yeah.
like one fight
But
deals and
this-
stuff.
There's a good opportunity. Young fighter, get in there.
Yeah.
You know, show your skills, come back in. That's a winnable division. You only have a couple of guys in. Daniel Pineda's pretty good too. You only have a couple of guys in there that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the first 2, 4, 6, if you look at the first 8 people, they have 8 fights. You know what I mean? The first 2, 4, the first 5 people have double digit fights in Bellator.
Yeah.
So everybody else is fairly new. You know, 8 or 9 fights.
AJ
but
McKee has 9. Daniel Wishel has
9.
9. This guy's 11.
So
10.
yeah, I mean, you do a good performance.
There's a guy in there 1-4. Daniel Pineda's 1-4. He was in the WWE.
Yeah?
Yeah, he Kimura'd Kurt Angle live on TV, and Kurt Angle beat the crap out of him for it. They did this thing. They did like a shoot,
I
like
think I saw that.
where he was like, "I'll take anybody, any of the." What's the show they had? It was like the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah,
show,
yeah,
but for
Tough
the
Enough
WWE,
or something.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. And he called them out, and then so he, smashes one kid, smashes the other kid. He takes down Daniel Pineda, he puts him in a Kimura, and he has to tap out, and then he gets up and just starts punching him.
But it was for real.
He got
Because he put him in it when he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah. He pissed off Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's a weird dude. I saw Kurt Angle wrestle unconscious for like 3 minutes once. Triple H did the Triple H move he does where he
The pedigree.
yeah
Double
he
underhooks.
did it on the table outside, on top of the table outside, and the table crashed, like broke. I don't think they wanted it to break, but it broke. And he got up, he was like this, and he just kept wrestling for like 3 minutes, just like this.
Like a zombie.
Yeah.
It might be like planned out wrestling, but they take.
Oh my
They're good
God.
athletes. They take
They're
a
tremendous
beating.
athletes. Yes.
They do. You gotta. I mean, some of the things that they absorb.
Worse than what we do.
Yeah, I mean.
There's a lot of things that you watch in the WWE and you're like, that guy just died. No, he's still moving. Okay, like you see when Brock Lesnar, who's a 300-pound man, did that. I forget what they call it, but where he does like a backflip. He's facing this way, but jumps and does an inverted backflip. He landed right on his head,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, Brock Lesnar's dead. No, he's
Like,
moving.
and how do
No,
you
he's
how do
moving.
you fake some of that stuff like and go with it? Like sometimes you like can't go with it fully, and you definitely get hit by a good amount.
Oh yeah.
And Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar too. The Hardy boys or
Yeah, yeah.
brothers or boys.
Yeah.
The dude hit him with the chair. So when you hit somebody with a chair, you're supposed to hit him with the seat because there's a little bit of give in it. He hit him with the metal bar
The
that goes
back
across
piece.
the top and folded that thing right over Brock Lesnar's face. Like, how are you not dead?
That's a concussion.
That's several concussions. That's like 3 in 1. Yeah. So you're gonna fight in Bellator. You can go in Bellator, kick the crap out of a few people. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
It's gotta irk Brad a little bit. Well, Brad had a one.
Brad had a
deal,
little
too.
fight deal, so.
No, yeah.
They should let Brad.
But I'm surprised they didn't like re-sign him because he knocked his dude out like
He looked so
bad,
clean and comfortable in that fight too.
and it was at MSG.
Didn't
you
make
know,
weight cut.
and
Didn't make weight.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Brad would be perfect for the new weight class.
65.
165.
65
yeah.
would be great
Yeah.
for him.
Too small for 170. Too big for 155.
160, 165 would be
Um,
good.
So your fight was Ring Combat's on Friday nights.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you have a chance to watch any of the Saturday night fights, the Canelo or the?
Well, I didn't watch the
UFC
the Canelo fight, but I ended up catching the Rockhold
Mhm.
Branch fight, which I thought was pretty good, and I thought it was interesting that he tapped out from strikes. That was the first time I ever seen that. I mean,
But you
I'm-
saw
I've
it a
seen
lot
that
in
a
like
couple
old
times.
school UFC
I saw that a couple
Yeah.
times.
when
but
there was different styles.
maybe he was like, he realized that he wasn't gonna win and just kind of saved himself the beating.
He was getting a beating. I remember
Yeah.
Joe Rogan was talking about it on his podcast, like as they were watching it, and he's like, the referee's giving him every chance to fight out of it. So maybe he was like, the ref's gonna stop it. The ref's gonna stop it. The ref's not stopping it. The ref's not stopping it. You know, because I don't know, to tap from strikes.
A lot of
You gotta
people
keep
say it's
moving.
kind of like, like not the most manly thing to do, but it look at it from the other side. It could be the smart decision.
Why
Luke
take
Rockhold-
15 more punches?
Luke Rockhold's top pressure
It's
is
crazy.
amazing, and this is a guy who only started his jiu-jitsu like what 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, he
He's
probably
so-
realized that he was stuck. He's just gonna keep getting cracked.
He was
He's
flat
like,
out.
you know what? I'm still new in the division.
Mhm.
I still have plenty of time.
And this is the former champion. This is the first fight Rockhold's had since he
lost to
Yeah,
Bisping.
it's been
Do you
over a
remember
year.
when Rockhold fought Machida
Oh my
and
god.
elbow those that might be going through Branch's head at that point in time. I'm not Machida. And Machida, what happened? He hasn't been the same since that fight.
No. Well, he hasn't fought in a while. He popped for something.
But then he calls out GSP, telling him to get out of the way
Yeah.
because he wants to fight Bisping. But then I just saw some rumors saying, oh, this
Yeah.
might be his last fight.
Well, if you're Bisping, he's had a great career.
He does.
He's fought the best of the best. He's always kind of just made it to a title, and then he gets knocked down. You know what I mean? That's happened twice to him. And then for him to win the belt the way he did, shooting a movie, 9 days notice, nobody gave him a chance, knocks Rockhold out.
Clean, like no dispute there. Like you're done.
The highlight reel that he always sees of him getting knocked out by Henderson,
That's his silhouette.
gets his revenge, wins the rematch. If he beats GSP, I mean, do you really want to fight,
the guy who's hungry to get back at
that's
you.
what I'm saying, do you want to fight Luke Rockhold again? Do you want to fight, this young guy who's the interim champ?
Whitaker.
Do you want to fight Whitaker,
That guy's
who's just looking
savage.
a beast? Romero's still good. I mean, Whitaker beat him. But
Weidman's still
do you
there.
Do you really want to fight those fights, or you beat
Those guys
GSP,
are a lot younger too.
and you go
I'm
out,
just gonna
you go
pull
out
up
and
how
high.
old Bisping is.
Bisping is probably 37, 36. And he has the most fights in the UFC, I think.
currently.
Currently, I think he passed Tito and GSP.
1979, so he's 38.
Go to Google most fights in the UFC. I think he's on the top.
Yeah, Bisping came out and said that he's probably going to retire. He's
Frank
not
Mir's
sure.
got 27.
Yeah.
T-Bow's
Bisping's
got
got
26.
25. Bisping's got 25.
I could have swore he was even. Maybe this is old.
Maybe it's minutes. No, I think GSP still has minutes.
No, Frankie's got minutes.
Frank
I
Edgar's
think.
got minutes now.
Yeah,
I
dude's
think so. How many
he's
5-round fights has he been in?
Yeah.
ton.
And with Bisping retiring and all, it's the same kind of a discussion you're having about Conor. Conor went and made $100+ million. Why is he coming back to fight for $1 million, $2 million? This New York card,
It's gonna be huge.
and it's going to be a huge card. It's going to be a great pay-per-view buys because GSP is back. He was the pay-per-view king for a long time. Are you going to duplicate that check?
I don't think GSP's going to bring as big of the numbers as
I
they.
think he's going to bring Canada
They-
back.
He'll bring big numbers, but not what they're anticipating.
Well, that's not the only fight on that card, too. There's a lot of
Yeah, you got
There's
the Cody
3 title
fight.
fights so far. 3?
3.
Yeah, there's 3. And then you got Johnny Jacek.
I love her. She's just so precise.
Who's she fighting?
She's fighting
Rose.
Rose
Rose.
Namajunas.
I like
That's
Rose
gonna be
too, though.
that's gonna be a good fight.
I like that bald-headed broad. She's pretty
That's
good.
gonna be a good
We
fight.
we get our hair cut at the same place. Me and Rose. Go to see barber.
And then the Triple G fight, I didn't get to see. I want to watch the
I
whole
saw
thing, but
highlights, but everything
Everybody
I saw
says
of
he
it,
got robbed.
well, and everything I saw of it was that it was a very entertaining fight, and that's the thing with boxing. Like, they suck. Boxing judges are terrible.
Well, did you see
Like,
Teddy Atlas on ESPN?
Yo, Teddy
Nearly had a
Atlas and
heart
Stephen
attack.
A. Smith.
They were going back and forth.
Yeah.
I was a Stephen A. Smith fan. Do you ever listen to
Oh,
the sports?
yeah,
I was
absolutely.
a Stephen A. Smith fan until he started just spouting out just nonsense about the Connor fight. Like, this isn't your thing. Talk basketball. You know basketball.
Mhm.
So he was talking a lot of smack on there. And
Well, that's like that show they have, Undisputed, with Shannon Sharp and
Yeah.
I hate him.
and what's his face?
Bayless.
Yeah.
Skip Bayless.
But they'll be talking like fighting, but that's not their
They don't know.
their part. Like Shannon Sharp, amazing football player.
Ridiculous.
Talk
athlete.
about football. That's your thing. You
He's
can
also
talk
a very
about
good
that.
dresser.
Yeah, I can't argue football with Shannon
No.
Sharp. I might try to make a point, and he says something like, "Well, you're the expert,"
Yeah.
But when they're talking about fighting, like, you think one guy punches another guy in the face, and that's all there is.
Yeah.
Like, you ever watch fights with people who don't fight,
Uh-huh.
and they're like, "Well, this guy is a striker, this guy is a grappler. He wants to take him down," and they'll be standing, and the guy's getting teed up a little bit. And why doesn't he just walk over and grab him and throw him down? Just grab him and throw him. It doesn't. You can't just walk.
I like to compare that to the generic COC parent. When they start coaching and stuff and start yelling, get him down, get on top of him, get on top of him. It's like the most
Well, that's like
simplistic.
The best is when you get a parent and they're like, "Yeah, I don't think he's ready for COC." I'm like, "How long have you been teaching?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "So you're telling me that you think he's not okay?" I'm like, "You want to come out here and teach the class now?"
That's why I love
I-
Mother's Night and Father's Night.
Yeah.
Because not
Oh,
just
yeah.
dads, but moms too. Like, he doesn't turn on this, and this other hand's down when he's punching.
Like,
The
all right.
kid's 5. He's doing awesome. Don't worry about it. And then they come out, and 1, 2, 3 round kicks. Not that easy, right? No, your other left hand.
Keep your
Yeah.
hands
No,
up.
this hand right here. This one, you're still punching with the other. Hands up.
Hands up.
Yep. Okay. Good. No, hands up. Your hands are down again. And then they realize, like, man, this isn't as easy as it looks.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever made a parent come out and take class? I've had a couple of situations with parents
Uh-huh.
like that who they get like real like on the sidelines watching and like, oh, come on, oh, and then after class like, oh, Sensei, I don't think he can't do this anymore. He's terrible. He's terrible. First off, he's 6. Second, you have to come. You're gonna come in on Wednesday. You're gonna try the class, and you tell me how easy it is. And it's great for them to do that. They gotta get the perspective of it.
I've had that in the past too, but more so for like trying to get in shape. Like I had this dad just sign up, and I just started a 90-day challenge in the school, just to lead up through the holidays, and then when the organization wide starts, he could just hop right on that one. And I'm like, all right, so I need you to sign up for the 90-day challenge. He's like, I'm gonna wait. I'm like, for what? He's like, I just want to like get back into it. I just want to get into it. I'm very lazy. Just want to train. I'm like, there's literally nothing to lose. You don't have to do anything. Just eat good, train, and you weigh in once a week. And he's like, I know, but I don't want to do it yet. I'm
I
like,
want to wait till I'm in a little bit of better
I'm
shape.
like, I literally looked at him. I was like, why are you here? He's like, I want to get in shape. I'm like, okay, this is how you're gonna do it.
You came
I'm
to me
like,
to help you get in
you
shape,
want?
right?
I'm your coach. I'm like, if you don't want to do it, then why are you
Why are you
here?
here?
Why are you paying me?
Yeah. Yeah. What did Shane gave me that term? An ask hole.
Asshole.
I love that.
Somebody that asks for your advice and then
And
does
then-
the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Oh my
Let me
god.
be fair. Helmet, what would you do in this situation? Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm not
do-
going to do that. I'm going to do the complete opposite of what you just said.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Asshole.
All right, we're going to move on. We're going to go into our next segment. I'm going to play you guys a quick little video. I'm actually going to play you little clips of the video. I'm huge on competition. I think competition is the best thing for kids, win or lose. I like you were saying, that I'm not sure if my kid's ready for COC. Sensei, I don't think he's going to win if he goes. No, probably not. Yeah. There's 30 kids in the division. You know how many of them get first place? 1. So it's not about winning and losing. It's about getting out there, facing your fears, testing your skills to see how legit they are. Because if you can go to a tournament like Naga or COC and not die, then you have a huge advantage over the bullies, because bullies don't do that, right?
Not die.
And not die. If you don't die, that's a win. You come back alive with all of your limbs still attached, that's a win. So I had one of my kids, we went up to Naga, Albany, which used to be a big tournament. Very small, man. There was less than 200 people in this place. I got there, tournament started at, says it starts at 10, started about a little bit after 11. I was done by 12:30. All my kids, I have 5 kids.
That's good.
I was done by 12:30. 3-hour drive there, 3-hour drive back. for an hour and a half worth of stuff. But I had 5 kids. I got 3 wins in expert, 3 belts, 1 win in intermediate, 1 second place in expert, and then I coached the kid Ethan from, you know that kid Ethan? Bounces around from.
Yeah, you
he
were
goes to
telling me the other
Manhasset,
day.
Yeah, I coached him too, and I think he got second place in expert also. But my kid Alex is getting ready for the COC coming up, and I got his match. I'm gonna fast forward through parts of it, but I gotta show you this. I showed Lewis before. My kid, he's an armbar king. He loves arm bars. He's always going after arm bars, and he's very coachable. Luckily, he moved closer to me. Watch this. See that? Brings the knee up. Oh no! Bring the knee up. Bring the knee up. There it is. Boom! Look at that.
Nice.
Here he goes. He's rolling through. Look at that. And then the buzzer went off. He didn't have time to finish it. And then he's got another one. He has a
That's
second
cool.
match. It was a small tournament. So one of the cool things about Naga now, though, is they'll do a 2 out of 3.
Like a round robin.
Yeah.
If there's only 2 kids, they'll do a 2 out of 3.
Yeah, as long as both kids and both coaches
agree to it.
Yeah. So
They don't do the 3 matches straight though.
no,
So
they
do
get
your
they
match.
do,
They
yeah.
let a couple people
They
go.
bounce around through divisions and stuff.
I hate that though.
Yeah. He's trying to set up an arm triangle there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, the kid got
That
out.
kid
The
got
kid was
out.
tough. The kid was tough. I've seen this kid. I've seen his coach a bunch of times. Mike Wacker.
How old is this kid?
From Alex is 10. So I'd imagine the other kid's 10 too. See, I think he goes for that rolling arm bar again. I've been working rolling arm bars with my kids for like the last 3 months. He goes for it again. He's going for his black belt in November. This will be his second shot. The first time he went for the black belt test, he had the lights. The lights got in his eyes. There he is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Goes for it
But he
again.
came back.
Yeah.
Kept the position. Oh,
Boom. Look, he goes for the foot here.
underneath it. Woo. Nice.
Nice.
Cross
I
the
don't
ankles.
think he finishes it.
Cross the ankles. No.
See, he's got his forehead down.
Yeah.
I try to teach this to my kids. I put the crown of your head on the floor. Their face is all on the floor. Like, don't ever put your face on the floor.
Abandoned ship.
He's very cool. That's another thing. I when I'm working with my kids a lot. If you lose it, you got to accept that you
Right.
lost it and recover.
Don't lose your
Too often
position
they'll-
going
yeah.
for the submission.
Yeah, they'll hold it too long and they'll mess it up.
I like that abandoned ship.
I say lots of funny stuff to my kids. So I don't know if we can see the referee. This guy here, because Kip wasn't there, he's the head referee of the B team, I
Right,
guess
right.
you would call it. And my other kid, do you have kids that they do things wrong, but it works for them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hate that. So my one kid, G, who was also at the tournament, won first place in expert. Shout out to G. He loves the arm triangle, probably his favorite move. But he gets it from inside of the guard, and then he uses it to break open the guard and pass. So he gets the arm.
So
triangle.
he gets arm triangle when he's on top
He's
in the
on
guard.
top in the guard. He's on top in the guard. He locks it up, and he's so strong that he can hold it with one hand, uses the other hand to push the leg down, and then passes out. Right? So he's doing that, and he's going for the arm triangle, and I'm like, no, don't do it. And then I was like, all right, well, if you're going to do it, at least do it right and pass. And the referee just looks up at me and just starts laughing. I was like, I hate when he does this. Can you give the other kid 2 points, please? Just for him doing something stupid. But he's a good kid. He's a good kid. It's going, do you have anybody going for the black belt November?
No.
No?
I had an older lady go and pass the past one.
Last April?
Yeah, she went for kickboxing. I was trying to get her to do the MMA black belt, but her shoulders are so bad
Okay.
that every time I would have her grapple and she'd be good, and then setback for like 2 months.
Yeah.
So I was like, finally when they finally sent the email and made it official that you can get the kickboxing black belt, I went up to her, I'm like, you can just get your kickboxing black belt. She's like, Joe, that's music to my ears.
Yeah.
She
I
said,
actually, I was opposed to it at first but then I talked to a couple of my adults and I thought about it. I think it's a great idea.
It's a good idea, but I would only have someone do it if like
There's a
that kind of
disability or
case.
something,
Like
yeah.
otherwise, I'm gonna tell them, be like, look, do both. Get the MMA black belt. You know, she could have got her black belt sooner, but it was just kept getting hurt,
Yeah.
and it was just setting her back. So I was like, forget it. You know, you get your kickboxing black belt first, and then if you want to get back into grappling slowly, and eventually you could just test for the grappling part again. You know.
I like it because
So.
once I think it's like again it's you're enticing them, you're giving them a little so they want more. They
Yeah.
get the kickboxing black belt. I'm like, okay, I can do this, and then let me focus now on the grappling part. I like that. I think it's cool. Lewis, you got anybody going?
Nope, not this time.
So you gonna be there though? You gonna work it?
I'm always there.
Yeah.
Always there.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up my top 5 list.
I'd say in probably about a year and a half, I'm gonna have like a whole set of like.
You got that
Teams.
generation of it, yeah, coming
Yeah,
up.
they're high green, low red, high red, low brown. They're all kind of in there. I have a bunch of kids. They're all really good. Just got to put in the
You
time.
see the look on his face right now?
I-
Do you see the look on Mike's face? How he's talking about his kids and he's getting,
getting
all happy,
excited.
Yeah.
They're good, man.
Yeah.
They're good. And
But
they-
you like how you were saying before, like a kid like when we were talking about bullies, I get frustrated with that because you get a kid like that who this kid's like a green belt, a red belt, he's bad, you know what I mean? He's a monster, and then his mom or dad will come to you and be like, "Some kid picking on him today, he didn't do anything," and you're like, "Why? You got all this power, man. Use this
Yeah.
power. Why aren't you using it?" And most of the time, it's the kids. I find it's the kids are afraid to get in trouble.
that or I've had cases where like I had like a high red belt or low brown belt getting picked on, and they were like, "Yeah, I just don't care." Like I could beat them up, I just don't care.
Yeah.
I was like,
I like
all right.
that. Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
If
I'm like,
it's not actually physically bothering
Yeah.
you, I get that.
yeah, I've had that a couple times, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm like, don't let it go on too much. At least stop it. I'm like, but if you don't care,
All right, so
Okay.
we're gonna move on. We have a part of our show, Michael, that we
Mike's
call
gonna love this. He's just
Two
gonna
Guys
be
Top 5.
deer in headlights.
Two Guys Top 5. And Lewis and I decided last week we were gonna be doing New York-based rappers, right? Hip hop artists, rappers, more so for the lyrical content than the beat. Like a lot of this, what do they call it? The mumble rap. The beat's nice, but
Hubbada, hubbada, hubbada,
he
hubbada,
ain't
hubbada.
saying nothing. The thing you were just showing me.
Well, not
before-
just lyrics. I'm just going over.
overall.
Go ahead, you.
But you were showing me the thing before, Joe Budden, right? It was Joe Budden
Yeah.
on a talk show, and hearing him speak, he's very intelligent. He's very
yeah.
smart. And he was talking about somebody's out. He's like, it's trash. It's trash. It's like I'm old school. I want to hear you teach me something. I want to hear you say something in your rap, not just this throwing up this or getting to this.
I actually heard something that, you listen to 2 Chainz rap, and like some of his stuff just makes no sense. But he's actually really smart. He went to college. Like,
You ever hear him arguing about marijuana on like CNN?
Mhm.
It's a persona.
Yeah.
2 Chainz
Right.
is a persona, and he's like, yeah, well, actually, and
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
But when he raps, it makes no sense.
subsequently, it's like, what?
Is that a new slang? Is that like a new slang word? So we're doing 2 Guys Top 5. What we do is I give my 5. He gives his 5. You'll throw in your 5. I go 4, 4, 4.
Yes, my
Yeah.
5.
Now, if you want, you could just throw out your favorite musical people or just names you might know. You can just make up a name if you want.
Isn't that guy a rapper?
Yeah. So my number 5 is old school Slick Rick.
Really showing your age here, lad.
Slick Rick, man. Lottie Dottie, Mona Lisa, Children's Story. You remember the song Children's Story? Have you ever heard the song Children's Story?
No.
So
He's talking about the guy robbing somebody. And
He's like, Uncle Ricky, please tell me a bedtime story. All right, I will. Let's go. Go into bed. It's literally from beginning to end one story, but it's a rap. So it's the rhymes.
It's a good
It's
song.
unique. It's great. It's hysterical. So that's my 5.
So, my number 5 is 50 Cent.
Okay.
Became really popular. I think my senior year in high school. All the mixtapes he was doing with G Unit.
Is before or after the Bullets?
After
After the Bullets.
the Bullets, yeah, that's when he blew up. Just the whole G Unit movement. They were killing the game for 4 or 5 years. I remember I was driving back from Jersey once, stuck in traffic on the turnpike, to go to GWB, and I Get Money just came out, and Flex is dropping bombs. I get it, and he would play like 20 seconds. New York, this track is so serious.
Yeah.
You don't And after like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I was like, all right. I put on like a CD.
Yeah.
I didn't have the MP3 or, you listen to Spotify. It wasn't
Yeah.
around back then. Half hour goes by. I'm like, let's see what's on the radio. He's still playing the same song. He played it for like another 15 minutes. He had to play it 45 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Just
For any of
I
our
get money.
For any of our
Money, I got
viewers
it.
who are not in the New York area, we're talking about Funkmaster Flex on Hot 97, the hip hop station in New York. He's notorious for that. He loves the song.
45 minutes he had to play that song
Yeah.
straight. But not just 50 Cent, but the whole G Unit movement, Lloyd Banks,
Yeah.
Tony Yayo, Young Buck. Every track they put out was
He'll-
just
Flex will do that a
bangers.
lot. I remember there was a song years ago. I remember, you know how like some songs will stick in your head like for emotional ties or whatever. So I had just broken up with a
certain
girlfriend.
situations.
Yeah, I just broken up with a girlfriend, and there was a song that came out. It was called "Ain't No Sunshine," but it's like that. Ain't No
DMX?
Sunshine. No, but it's
Ain't No
by different guys. It's
Sunshine?
called, I forget what their name is. It's like that was their one song. And literally one night I was driving home in my car, and he played that song for like an hour and a half. And I'm like, he wants me to drive off of a bridge into a ditch. He's trying to get me killed, right? So Mike, who's your number 5?
See, I'm like, I don't even know what to say.
He doesn't know 5
I-
rappers.
Yeah. I have to say, I mean, my top 5, all 5 of them are probably Eminem.
Okay, he's not
Okay.
in New York, but okay. I'll give you.
No, I know, it's Detroit, but I couldn't name you somebody specifically from New York.
Well,
If you
Eminem-
said someone from New York, I'd probably be like, oh, yeah, okay, I know
do you
who
think
he
Eminem
is.
is the greatest of all time?
I think he's really good, and he can freestyle, and
He's up there.
he's
I
There's
guess-
different criteria. I mean, you talk about album sales, you talk about lyricists, you talk about
I'm talking about lyrics. I'm talking about
bangers.
just rap. See, I got to give it to him because in the battle rap scene, and I think that's where you can really, because rap at its core is an angry music form. You know what I mean? It comes from anger, most of it. I mean, you can change it up and stuff like that. So Eminem battling with people, it's just like,
Well, nobody wants beef with
No,
him.
like you heard. 50
Even the
Cent
game
say
said that once. He's like,
yeah.
he's like when he was
Beefing with 50
when I was
Cent.
beefing with him. I want nothing. I want nothing to do with you, dude.
The game is like FG Union, F 50 Cent, yo, M, what's up? You're my boy. Everybody else, you don't want to mess with Eminem.
No.
All right, so my number 4 is Jadakiss.
Mm.
I got Jadakiss, represent YO. Top 5, dead or alive. I got to be honest with
That's
you.
off one LP.
Yeah, Jadakiss, his voice is a big part of it,
Mhm.
and his flow is a big part of it.
Oh,
And he's got good, yeah, yeah, like that. And he's got a song right now that I'm listening to. It's an older song, and it's just him on. It's not his song. I don't know whose song it is. It's somebody else's song, and it's just so mellow and so slick and so. I'll play it for you after because the contents we don't really want to
Yeah.
discuss it on the show. But and he's also from Yonkers.
Jada's on my list, but
Okay,
not yet.
number 4.
I got DMX
Oh,
coming up in Yonkers.
Mhm.
What was it? 98. I was in 8th grade. His first album came out. You could listen to the album straight through.
Uh-huh. He
You
had
can't
those
do that a
albums.
lot of times now. You-
Was it 98 his first album?
98 was his first album.
98?
98.
Because I know he dropped, his first album dropped like January or February, and by the end of the year he had another album.
He had
out.
the second album
Yeah.
where he's covered in the blood. I forget what
Flesh
the name
of
is.
my flesh, blood of my blood. I'm getting
And
that
it's his voice too. It's another thing, like
Uh-huh.
his voice. You could train to so many of his records. They
Oh,
just
they're
get the
great.
blood flowing.
His
He's
voice
flowing.
and his
Same thing with
cadence.
Eminem too,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Eminem's got a lot of songs like that.
DMX's voice and his cadence.
Yes.
You know, Mike.
And
who's your
lyrically,
number
he was good. You know what I mean? He's kind of fell off now. And hope he's in rehab or
four? Crack is a very powerful
Whatever.
drug.
crack's one hell of a drug. No, cocaine's one hell of a drug.
You know that actually DMX lives in the town where my school is. My school's in Mount Kisco. He lived in Bedford. One of his kids. He has 2 kids in the Bedford schools district. One of them was in a bunch of my kids' classes, Xavier. I remember listening to him in '98. He came on Funkmaster Flex, Angie Martinez or something, and the host said, "Can he rap?" He's like, "Nah, he thinks he can, but he suck. He whack. No. You ever hear? I'm gonna pull this up. Okay, so that was my number. Your number 4 was DMX, right?
That's your number 3?
DMX, I believe, is my number 3. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not. he's not an ignorant rapper. He tells stories in his raps. He believe it or not, he has a lot of knowledge that he passes through his raps. There's a line he had in one of his songs where he said, if I'm gonna let the words of another man bother me, then I might as well let the sperm of that other man father me. That's like I'm getting goose pimples again. Like that's just classic.
You getting
right
goose
there.
pimples?
I'm getting goose pimples from it, but he has a lot of songs. He's got a song, and he's also very religious. Believe it or not, I don't know why. Goose. It's like goose. You call it goosebumps. I call it goose pimples.
Where'd you get that from?
I don't know why I say the things I say or do the things I do, but he's got a lot of lines like
Song
that.
Damien where he's going back and
Oh.
forth. That's
With him
so
and the devil.
good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Or Heat. He's got a song called Heat,
Mhm.
where it's like him and his boys robbing a bank or something from the movie Heat. It's great. But here, I'm gonna real quick. I don't know if we're allowed to say it, but I'm gonna play you the best DMX song ever.
Oh, I've heard this.
Hold
It's a
on.
freestyle.
I gotta crank it up. It's kind of like a freestyle. Hold on. This isn't it.
Yeah, but it wasn't on his album. I know
It
what you
is.
mean.
I know the lyrics.
The honors of spitting Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen, but do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Come on! Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever
It's the
saw
voice.
it,
Come on.
you would even say it close. Come on! All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, "Come on, Rudolph, your nose so bright, won't you ride my sleigh tonight?" Then all the reindeers loved him, and they shouted out with glee, "Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you go down in history forever. You go down in history forever. You go down in history." What?
That is gonna be
Rudolph,
He's like, Rudolph, motherfucker! Take that, Santa! Yeah, so that was my guy. I love DMX. Oh, I'm dying here. So my number, Mike, who's your number 3?
Eminem.
Eminem.
Eminem's 1 through
Okay.
5.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
Eminem's 1 through 5.
You're number 3.
My number 2, Biggie. Oh wait, did you give your number 3?
No,
Oh, you're number 3.
my number 3 is Jadakiss.
Jadakiss. Okay, so we just flip flop that.
Same thing, Jadakiss. A lot of his mixtapes are where all the good stuff
Yeah.
is. You know what I mean? They do the albums, but all his mixtapes where they'll take somebody else's beat and just freestyle on it, or even they do their own songs.
Yeah. Look,
Lyrically, Jade is amazing.
The other guy
and like you were
unlocked.
saying, it's his voice.
Yeah, Styles P. Styles
Yeah.
P is real good too.
Holiday.
And he's got I forget the beat that he does over. He took somebody else's track and
Kills
jumped
it.
on
They killed it.
Killed it. Another.
When him and Styles go back and
Oh,
forth,
yeah.
that's some of the best.
Do you remember? It was a Noriega song. I think it's called. I can't remember the name. Band from TV.
Yes.
And they're going back and forth. Weed so
Part
strong,
two.
you gotta put it in glass jar. Like
Mhm.
it going back and forth like that. They're so good. They've been longtime friends. Grew up together, came up together. All right,
Number
so
2?
my number 2 is Biggie. I had a lot of.
I have to say,
I had a hard time going between 1 and 2.
I didn't put Biggie on my list.
Okay, I put Biggie on my list because of his lyrical content.
He
and
can
then-
replace one of my M&Ms.
Yeah. He would have eaten all of your M&Ms. He was a big fat dude. But his lyrical content and the mark he left. The
Yes.
whole East Coast, West Coast nonsense that was happening back then. And then, of course, he died tragically. Put Brooklyn on the map. Yo, Brooklyn, what up? My favorite Biggie song is either... it was a Dream, I think it's called. It's the one where he's like,
Mhm.
where in the beginning he's in the hospital and he's like, call up Dez, tell him to do this, and
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
and tell that guy next door to shut the, I can't sleep. Like that's one of the best songs. So Biggie's my number 2.
I didn't put Biggie on my list. Too
Okay.
cliche.
Okay.
I want to switch it up a little bit. Best Biggie is the freestyle. I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, 9 9s, 10 Mac 10s. The shit's never end. Can't touch my
And then
riches.
that song
I can
too.
do that whole thing.
Yeah, and
I
in-
can just do the whole thing.
In that song, the best part of that song is where he goes, "My slow flows
Remarkable.
peace to me." Yeah, that's the best part of that. So
We switches it
yeah,
up.
Yeah, yeah.
My number 2 is Fabulous.
Fab. I didn't even
You
think
didn't
of
think
Fab.
of Fab.
Fabo. Yeah.
The style, the hat that matches the throwback jersey. I had that in high school.
Yep.
You know, I would drive from New York to Philly to go to the Mitchell and Ness store and pay like $300 for a jersey.
Yeah.
For a throwback jersey.
What's
Then
your
you had to have the hat to match it,
Uh-huh.
and the Jordans, whatever color it was, to match it. They didn't have the Jordans match it, all white Air Force Ones or all blacks. His style, same thing. I would go get the DJ Clue mixtapes when they came out, and he would freestyle over somebody
He's-
else's beat, and it
he-
was better than their song.
He was his artist first. Fab was
DJ Clue's like first
artist when he started his own thing.
yeah.
What's your favorite Fab song?
Oh man, I don't know. A lot of the stuff that's on his album is
You got me on a Fab song. When,
is
when I used to show up to train in Yonkers,
Uh-huh.
you got me on a Fab song.
which one? Play it. Or you're pulling it up on your phone, so I don't see it.
Feels like I'm back, right? And at that time, I had I was supposed to have a fight, and I got pulled because I got hurt. So it was like a year in between.
Mhm.
So
Feels
I
like
was
I'm back.
I was training with you, and it feels like I'm back, and I was like, oh, and I was getting all pumped up, and then you beat me up, and then I didn't want to go back anymore. I also got another song. I don't think this is actually his song.
What is it? Sounds like a stripper should be dancing.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just a.
But his punchlines are ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got a song. Oh God, what is it? Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. You're on
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want me to search?
YouTube. Fabulous. He filmed it in The Plug.
Fabulous the plug.
Fabulous.
But you gotta spell it the right way.
Bolous.
FABOLOUS. Plug.
There you go.
Okay.
So, go ahead, click the first one.
Okay.
So this was filmed in Medellin, Colombia.
Oh, Pablo? Medellin?
Medellin.
Like on
Like on Narcos.
Entourage?
They filmed this at Pablo's old mansion. So, you'll see like he has you fast forward maybe like 20 seconds. Yeah, but go right there for a second, let's see. No, keep going. Keep going a little bit like that, I'll tell you when to stop. I mean, you go watch the girls. But keep going. Keep going, keep going. No. Go more. Right there. So you can see better because it's daytime. This is Pablo's old house. He had a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
He had a zoo, basically. They left the animals there because he basically had like a sanctuary for them. So there's hippos in Colombia at Pablo's old house, and you'll see it in the video. Like there's just a hippo.
Just a hippo.
Super dangerous. They actually kill the most humans, I think, in Africa.
We're back.
Did you see the hippo or no? Didn't come
No.
up yet. It's coming up soon.
This is almost a little bit like. This is a newer song?
2 years old, maybe?
Because it sounds
Year
a
and a
little
half.
bit like it's almost like the wow. Like it's almost like the mumble rap, but not really.
No.
A little bit.
It's got that.
That.
Yeah, that house is
It's
crazy.
slow. The house is crazy. So much land.
Oh, this is the unedited version we got.
There's no other version. This is the version.
All right, let's go now.
Let's leave it right there.
Right there. Oh, she looks like a nice girl. All right, so we're down to number one. My number one, Jay-Z. Jay-Z is my number one off of lyrical content, storytelling, battle raps, and just mark he's left on the game. He's
Yep.
a billionaire. I'm not a businessman. I'm
I'm
a
a businessman.
businessman. He's just brilliant. And he married Beyonce, so
Yeah, how did he pull that one off? Good for
he's
him.
not good looking. He's not a good looking man. Let's be honest. He's not a good looking man. No.
To some people, you get more good looking as you get more money.
As those pockets get fatter. No, I gotta agree with you. Every year in high school, he had an album.
Mhm.
Every fall, September, October,
And-
it came out every year.
And like you said too, not an album that has two good songs on it. An album you could start in the beginning and play it right to the end.
You could play the whole album. You had those singles,
Mhm.
like he said. That's the stuff I'm sprinkling
Mhm.
to keep the cash registers ringing.
Mhm.
But yeah, lyrics, I gotta agree with you. I didn't put him on my top 5 because I
Too
figured
easy?
Too easy.
Too easy.
Too easy.
Too easy.
Too easy.
One
So
of my favorite, I have a memory of when I was younger. I had a time where I broke up with a girlfriend, right? And it got to a point like it was like dragged out. It was like just like terrible. It was that young love stuff, right? Just dragged out. So finally, I was done with it. I was done with it. Like she came over one night, we hung out and stuff, and then the next day I found out that she was still with this guy who she, was dating, who she actually cheated on me with, which is why we broke up. To add insult to injury, his name is Hans. Left me for a dude named Hans. Anyway,
I have a cousin named Hans.
I apologize then.
Great job.
Anyway, so I finally snapped. I was like, this is it. It's on. I'm just going to go beat him up one last time, and I'm done with this girl forever, for the rest of my life. So we're driving to this place.
So how are you and Jackie doing now?
Yeah, it's not Jackie. So I'm driving to this house party where I know they're going to be at. And again, I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol. So my friend got me a 40 of St. Ides. Do you know what 40s are?
Yeah.
Okay, so he got me a 40. I don't know if they still have them, right?
No, they did.
So it's just
Edward 40 hands.
yeah, it's just different. So I drank that, and we're in the car, and Flex had on in studio DMX, Jay-Z, and Ja Rule.
Mhm.
They were all freestyling. It's murder, right? So I'm just like, this is a sign from
You can
above.
still find that on
I gotta
YouTube.
kill this kid. I gotta kill this kid. And I actually, because I was drinking, I was a little bit impaired. The house. There's the house, and on the side of the house is a porch, and you go over the porch to go to the backyard. The party's in the backyard. There's also people on the porch. So I'm standing at the stairs to go down into the backyard, because the keg was on the backyard, like right there
Mhm.
at the stairs. So I was like, if he's gonna go to the party, he's gonna go to the keg. He's got to go past me to get to the keg. No way I miss him. So I'm sitting there, and I had 2 or 3 of my friends there because it was like a him party. Like this was his friends at this party. I
Mhm.
wasn't invited to this party. I was only going there for one thing. So I had a couple of my friends just like randomly scattered to get the group off of me after I, hit them. So something happens. I blink. I don't know. He gets past me. And so now I see him in the crowd, and I'm like, how the hell did he get past me? So then he comes over to the keg, and I see him at the keg, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna jump on him. I'm gonna just like Jimmy Superfly Snuka, jump on him off of the top of the deck and get him. And he looks at me and he smiles at me. I was like, oh, this motherfucker. So I grab the railing, like hold onto it, and I just front kick him right in the face. Like I'm pulling on the railing to hit him. And I front kicked him, and then I was going to jump on him and start beating him up. But as soon as I front kicked him in the face, he just dropped. He was out. I was like, he fell down.
And you felt
because it's a
bad?
party. Nobody really noticed like what was going on. I didn't know what to do. I was just in shock. I never knocked somebody out like that before. I was like, he fell down. Somebody help him. He fell down. And then one of his friends hit me in the back of the head, and then the whole big melee happened. And then as we're leaving, I was happy. I was done. My situation's over, right? So as we're leaving, a girl who was friends with him comes running out. Larry, you gotta stop doing this. You can't keep attacking him every time you see him. I'm like, shut up.
How many times have you attacked him?
I beat him up like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I was like, F you. It was F you. And then some dude comes running out. He's like, why you cussing at a female? Yo, why you cussing at a female? I was like, shut up. I will run you over with this car right now. I'm in such a good mood. There's nothing you're going to do to ruin it. That's my DMX, Jay-Z.
That's Jimmy. We're just gonna ignore him. So that whole story was based on no, just leave it. Don't open it. Don't open it.
I have the key.
He's gonna keep bothering us.
You keep a key in your
What are you guys
spandex?
talking about?
We're talking about a bunch of stuff. Top 5 New York rappers. Who you got?
Or just 5 of your favorite.
50 Cent.
Here, come over here
But at the
so we
top
can
of
catch you on
Detroit.
camera.
His top 5 are Eminem.
But he switched Biggie in for one
Who's
of
the
them.
5 best rappers? Dylon,
Dylon,
Dylon, and Dylon. I
50
spit
Cent.
on fire.
50 Cent.
Okay,
That was my
You got
number 5.
Notorious.
Biggie.
That's it.
You got not too about his West Coast. You gotta give it to P Diddy because he did well. He was
Right.
smart. about
A lot of
Entertainer more
bangers.
than a rapper, but
Yes.
But he did rap. He did a little bit of
Uh-huh.
everything.
Good music videos.
yeah. Brilliant.
Good
And he's
dancing.
behind a lot of
Dancing.
artists.
Good
Brilliant
dancing.
businessman. Brilliant businessman.
Mhm.
Shit.
That's 3.
I can't think right now. Let me see.
See, you put him on the spot.
Wow. No.
But you're not. You're more like.
No, I listen to.
He listens to everything.
But you're more into the hip hop.
Little Wayne's not from.
No,
No.
he's from
What about
Louisiana.
Nicki Minaj?
Yes.
She's from Jersey.
She's
Is she? I thought she was from New York.
And then you
I
got,
think she's from
you
Jersey. I
got-
could be wrong.
You can count that.
Wait, oh, Fab. You got Fabulous.
Fabulous. That was
Fabulous
my
from
number.
Brooklyn.
That was my number 2.
All right, and then Fab was good. He was up there. And who else was there? Who else?
Well, I had Jay Z. I had.
Oh,
I
Jay
had-
Z's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, I had Jada Kiss,
That's a good one too.
and I had.
I had
Secret.
Jadakiss.
But you know what? I was picking on people that still are like playing music. You heard Eminem's dropping a new album, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, he's coming out with a new album.
If he's not on drugs, it's not good.
Where's she from?
Do you guys
I want to
actually
listen to
get see
it.
this? What's on this? Or you just...
Where is she?
Where
from?
is she?
Nicki Minaj, known professionally. Born in St. James, Trinidad, and then raised in Queens.
She was raised in Queens.
Queens. Yep.
Yeah.
I heard someone went to school with her that she was like this, and obviously everything
Yeah,
she
plastic
got,
surgery,
Everything
yeah.
is plastic surgery.
You could
She-
find old pictures of her like that. when she was
Honestly,
a
I don't
teenager.
care what she's. You can put rocks in it. It looks good to me.
Well, that's because when was the last time you got laid? Like 1955,
No, it was
or was it back
longer.
when the Civil War was around?
It was longer.
It was
than
the
that.
Civil War.
Civil War.
It was a
Civil
runaway
War.
slave, so it had to be sometime around the Civil War.
Anything gets him harder. A gust of wind. Woo!
We have to
She
edit
was
that
dead.
out.
You don't have to edit that out. Come
She
on.
was
this is
hot.
What makes
She was hot.
She was hot.
podcast.
She was running. She was kind of sweaty, but.
So what else? Wait, what else you guys talk about? Tell us
What are we talking about today? Well,
Talk
we're talking
about
about Mike's
You
big
have-
fight.
Wait, Mike, that guy you fought last, you finished him the first time you fought him, right?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Man, 2 times?
Yeah.
You have a hard time finishing.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Amber. Maybe she can help you out with
All right.
Aww.
goes wild.
That's number 3 right there.
it. What's number 3?
Number
You.
3 in the world. You're number 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that.
When you're ranked that high. in
Wait,
the
can we?
charts,
All right, so let's talk about some stuff. Since you guys are, I didn't get to talk to you because normally we work out and as we run and warm up, we get to chit chat. Lineker fighting Chito Vera. Which I
Lineker's
understand.
going to
Which
knock
I
him
understand because he's been out, so he wants a little tune-up fight. That makes sense.
Lineker's gonna
Rafael
knock him out.
Sansel fighting the number 14 guy. I don't even know what
What's
his
he
name
fighting?
is.
Yeah,
I just know he's
I saw
number
that.
14 and he's fighting in Virginia.
I saw that.
You
I
saw that?
No, but Lineker's gonna knock out.
Uh,
Lineker wins by knockout.
Yeah, yeah. I was, Larry, well, he knows the story. Larry, I was drunk after the Thomas
Unless
Vera
Vera
fight,
submits him.
enjoying- I saw Chito Vera, I basically told him, like, yeah, we're never going to fight until I have the champ, I have the belt, and then maybe we can fight.
Lopez.
Fuck that.
Who is Lopez?
I don't know, some guy.
Matthew Lopez.
Matthew Lopez?
But does that make sense?
No.
He's like pulling Uriah Faber. Oh, let me fight the 14th guy, then I'll get a title fight. That shit ain't happening.
But he's
He's probably trying to say
Asensio's
there's,
coming off of
there's
a
nobody
win.
else for him.
coming off of a win off of Vera.
yeah,
right?
but they didn't offer me a Sansal. I would have said, okay,
Yeah.
November 4th.
But they're saving you for Cruz, man.
You think so?
If Cruz takes it.
He's not taking it. He
Cruz
won't take
takes
it.
it.
Yo, okay, on another side note, found this out this weekend, since he's up on the fucking computer right there. Luke Rockhold dated Demi Lovato.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For a
I'm
while.
so jealous.
You didn't know
For a
that?
while.
Good for him.
He was also
I saw
on that
pictures of her.
dating show, right? Wasn't he on
Yeah.
the Make a Bride or something?
That,
the girl.
that was
who-
recent too.
And he was doing modeling too. That's
Yeah.
why he was out for a little while. He was modeling, making
Hey,
money.
we got to be honest. He's a good-looking man.
He's a good looking guy.
He's a good-looking man.
He's a good looking man.
You
I'm
ever met him?
straight.
Did you ever
but
meet him?
He's a good looking
What?
guy.
Did you ever meet him?
Yeah, I got a picture of him. Nice guy.
Yeah.
Him and Robbie Lawler, same time. Awesome
Yeah.
guys. Everybody's pretty cool except for like,
I've-
people take steroids like John Jones.
One or two fighters are like two sheep.
Who'd you meet that was douchey?
99. Oh, who's the heavyweight? Ben Rothwell.
Was he
Really?
Yeah, man.
You
Yeah,
had to
so
catch
it was
him on a
nice.
bad day. He looks like he's like
we
a
were
sweetheart.
we were in the hotel and we were going to the fighter summit. We had to go to Red Rock, so we talked for like 2 or 3 seconds. You know, he seemed kind of cool, and then I don't know. This just rubbed me the wrong way. A taxi comes.
Mhm.
It's a van. There's room for 8 people, and he just gets in and leaves. Wouldn't you
Without
be
all the
like?
fighters?
Wouldn't you be like? No, I mean, no. Wouldn't you be like? Oh, you guys are going to Red Rock too? You want to just take one taxi?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make sense instead of me having to wait for the next taxi? I don't know.
It could be, or he could be a guy that kind of likes his You know, his
Privacy?
space, his privacy.
Maybe he
I mean,
was-
he's with his wife,
maybe
but
he
I
was
was with my
overly-
wife.
oh, he was with his wife.
Wouldn't you be
Maybe
like,
he
look, if it
was
was
gonna
me,
rub one
That's
I'd be like,
different.
you
Nah,
want
that's
just
different.
just come
He's
with
with
us?
his wife,
There's
bro.
plenty of room.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
with his wife. So
It's a
sometimes-
20-minute ride,
See,
15-minute ride.
you know,
Maybe he's like one of those guys who, when him and his girl are at the gym together, he holds her hand while they're on the treadmill. Just to let everybody know, this is my wife. It's my property.
Larry's
No
got
big
good
deal.
comebacks. I don't know. Maybe it should be called the Larry Burns Show or something like that.
No, I don't have green hair. I don't have any hair.
Shiny head show.
Shiny head.
Shiny
The
head
guy-
show. Just we'll put baby
Larry, you
oil
look a
on
little
it.
skinny. You're gonna have to do some, you know.
I'm
some
seeing the
push-ups
lights.
and
I'm
stuff.
seeing the lights. I can't do push-ups.
Why?
Like physical exercise.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Why would I do that? You know how many people have died doing
Students are watching
push-ups?
this, right?
You know how many people have died doing
I'm gonna say-
push-ups?
He's a wise ass.
You know how many people have died doing push-ups?
Did you watch the Triple G fight? Oh, you
Okay,
did. I saw
yeah,
a picture.
I did watch. Triple G won that fight.
He got robbed.
Yeah, I tweeted it and I was surprised. A lot of people tweeted like, we agree. You see headlines like, even
Agree with the
fans,
decision?
Even Canelo fans, even Canelo fans agree
He
that
lost.
Triple G
Oh, yeah.
won and Canelo lost. Yeah, I mean, Canelo had awesome head movement, but this Triple G was busier. Like, if Canelo would have, like, head movement, combination counter. Head movement, he would have won the fight. That's fine. You don't have, I don't believe a fighter has to go forward to win a fight, but he's landing more, he should win the fight. Triple G was landing more the whole time. So that was the fight before that, though, was really good. I wish I saw the fights before that, before those. The prelims, there was Diaz and Rivera that fought. They fight at 125.
Not Riviera. It was Rivera.
It was Rivera. Yeah, you're right, favorite. You know you're right, favorite can't read. R-I-V-E-R-A.
If you hit that guy so hard it messed up his pronunciation,
Well, you know why?
That's pretty
You know
cool.
why Cody? You should definitely put this one up. You know why Cody put Uriah on Joe Rogan? Because Cody's not, articulate. He can't really, form sentences upon sentences and stuff like that. Like he can't, stuff
express
like
his
I can't
thoughts
spell.
properly.
My grammar isn't great. Yeah, we know that. That's why I got my wife to correct
To
everything.
proofread my
And
stuff.
Proofread my stuff.
everything you
How's
type
this
on
tweet
has
look?
Babe,
spells.
I'm gonna send an email. Do you want to just?
But I can actually hold a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You can have a coherent thought here and there. Yeah.
So wait, so that means
Kind of
if,
weight doesn't count.
More
if
here
you
than
do
there.
go on the Joe Rogan show, that you're not gonna have Lewis sit right next to you with his hand up your ass like a puppet. So you
No,
can-
no, I'm gonna bring Lewis and just be like, yo, I'm just gonna do what Cody did. I'm gonna.
Let's
bring the
practice.
sidekick.
Let's practice. I'm gonna be Joe Rogan. You're gonna be you, and you're gonna be you. I'm gonna ask you a question. You have to answer.
Wait, I have to be
So
me.
Cody, how did you think your last fight went?
Yeah.
His fight went really good.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot it went like that.
Cody, let me ask you another question. How do you feel about strawberries?
Strawberries are delicious. He really likes them. He eats them all the time.
That was pretty much how that went.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched the first 2 minutes.
I watched the whole thing. It was pretty good. It was pretty
But
good.
was it really Uriah talking the whole time?
Uriah talked more than Cody.
I wanted to hear them talk about their interactions on the show with Dillashaw. I watched.
Yeah, they went into it a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah. I guess I'm not cool for being on Joe Rogan's podcast. I'm not good enough.
You have enough Twitter followers.
Yeah.
You get more Twitter followers.
You know what?
You should do. We were talking about this. Stephen Bonner back in the day. If they offered him a fight, he would go, "Yeah, you don't have more Twitter followers than me. I'm not fighting you."
What's he got? He's
But
got
if somebody had
30,000
more
Twitter
Twitter followers, he
I'll
would
fight
follow
him.
him.
I'll fight that guy.
I'll fight that guy. He's got more Twitter
How
followers.
many Twitter followers does Johnny have?
Not a lot.
Are you busy on the social medias? Do you do all
On
that stuff?
the Twitter, he calls everything the YouTube. The
no,
Facebook.
Twitter, I'm not. I'm busy doing. Like yesterday, I missed a whole bunch of.
He's like, no, I'm
No,
busy
you missed
tweeting.
it actually. Aljamain Sterling had like 20 tweets to me yesterday. And I
Uh-huh.
guess he got upset because I didn't.
He
tweet
did?
anything. Yeah, I didn't tweet anything.
What was he
back.
saying?
He was just wants to fight. He was saying after like 3 times I tried to fight him. Now the 4th time. Now I'm doing better than him.
Yeah,
And
right.
he's on my coattail riding that. You know what I mean? Typical fake ass gold chain. So he had like 20 tweets to me like about I don't know about a whole bunch of random stuff. I was just too busy like putting my house together, building. Did you see?
Like living your
Yeah.
life.
I was actually living my life, running a school. Like I'm not one of these guys that are a fighter that don't do shit on their free time. I'm not like Demetrius Johnson who just play video games, watch this kid here and there, and fights.
Hey, he gets paid to play video games.
Hell
Good for
yeah,
him.
man.
You
guys-
got-
No,
Yeah,
no,
he's sponsored
Yeah.
by Xbox.
He's sponsored by Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
bullshit.
He was
Good
getting
for him now. I take it back.
every
Yeah,
when
he
he was
gets paid.
allowed to.
He has a whole setup and everything.
When he was allowed to bring that into the cage before they did the Reebok thing, he was getting $250 a fight from Microsoft. But it was like GSP. That was his
like whatever
only
was in
sponsor.
Gates' pocket
That was
at the
the only
time.
thing
That's
he
the
would
only
ever-
sponsor you need. Have
Yeah.
that. Look at
Yeah.
that. Well, look at Silva had Burger King on
Yeah.
his crotch.
You have 7,696 Twitter
Yeah, I'm
followers.
nowhere near.
Yeah.
I'm like the number 3 ranked bantamweight who has the least Twitter followers.
Is something going on in Fresno you want to talk about, or is this just somebody put this on your page?
Oh, someone put. So after I tweeted back to Sterling like the laughing face, and then I tweeted back, I'm like, I love you. Keep saying my name. Then someone tweeted back, Destiny's Child, say my name, say my name. I was like, ooh. And then someone got a little racist. It was like ashy elbows. I was like, oh.
Oh, no, we don't want to go down that road.
No.
It's a little
We don't want
racist.
to go down that road.
Well, did you hear the whole thing when Cody and Sterling?
Yeah, he called him boy. Come on.
Boy. I'm like, come on, that's 19. We're in the new millennium.
I think
Right?
sometimes people get a little too sensitive to that stuff.
That's why you got to watch Awaken with JP, How to Get Offended.
Oh, yeah.
That's hysterical.
We did the review, the
Is that in
YouTube show.
Netflix?
It's a YouTube
No.
channel.
We can cut it, pull it up, and play it. We can like edit this part out.
You don't
Awaken
want-
with
You don't want to just
JP.
leave her on the screen.
This guy is awesome.
Who's that?
I watch Millennials
Her
today.
name is Jessie.
There it is. Awaken with JP.
Awaken. Oh wait, with JP.
How to Get Offended. There you go.
I'm offended that you would ask me how I get offended.
Okay,
Watch this. Check
I have
out
to
this
wait
girl's
4
waistline.
seconds.
Check out this girl's waistline.
so
Okay, skip this, please.
Where-
Otherwise, I got to raise the
She was
table.
like, what?
This is great.
Yeah, you seen this?
Put it up.
Now, when people don't see things the way that I see them,
Oh, yeah.
I just get offended. And it teaches them how not to see things from their point of view.
This guy's hysterical.
I'm offended that you would think you have the right to post that to your Facebook account. People have every right to see things from their perspective, as long as their perspective is the same as my perspective.
Here's a water for you.
I don't drink out of plastic. Why would you not know that? People who don't get offended are
This is so
insecure,
true.
take no self-responsibility, and have no sense of purpose in life. I pray for them.
JP, I don't even know why you're offended.
I'm offended that you don't know how you offended me.
JP, I wanted to thank you and show my gift of appreciation by giving you my book, because I know you need it, right?
You're just assuming that I know how to read? There's 3 easy steps to getting offended by anything. Step 1, listen to what someone says, and then selflessly make it all about you by taking it personally, even if it has nothing to do with you.
I really want you to have a great life.
You're assuming my life isn't good enough the way it is? How dare you? Step 2, you want to create a large amount of tension inside your body. You really want to concentrate on bringing the tension to your stomach, your chest, and your face.
How are you doing today, JP?
I'm offended that you would have to ask. Step 3, not
That's so
project
true.
outrage onto the other
Especially in the
person.
city.
This will make it seem like you're getting rid of the tension inside your body, but it actually drives it down deeper inside you. And because it stays there, it'll make it even easier for you to get offended next time. I'm offended that you would wear that shirt.
I'm actually a little offended by that.
I'm offended that you're offended by that. Since I've learned how to get offended, I bring huge amounts of joy to everyone in my life. People feel like they're free to just be themselves when they're around me. I'm just happy I can make such a big difference in the world.
I think she's a pretty attractive woman.
I'm offended that you would think I'm attracted to women.
Aren't you attracted to women?
Yeah, but you have no right to just assume that. I'm offended that you don't have my new book yet.
But you're right? There's so many people are happier angry.
They're happier when they're angry.
Yeah, they need conflict in their
In their
life.
life.
I have friends like that. There's a group of friends from high school. Some of the girls just love the drama, and I'm like, why?
They just never left high school.
Yep.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a friend, but he knows. I'm like, dude, Danny. I'm like, you know Danny Tin?
Mm-hmm.
I'm shouting him out right now. He parties all the
Hey,
time.
guys.
I always talk to Sam. Like, I wonder when he'll stop. Like, I don't know if he'll ever stop.
Never.
But he knows it's all good. I don't make fun of him. Like, do whatever you want. Live your life. Have fun. Party as much as you want. Just wondering when you're gonna settle down and actually get away. What's this?
You know what we should play for him because how long have you been married now? Almost a year?
Year and 2 months.
Over a year? What is it again? Passion?
Relationships.
Yeah. This is a good one.
You covered this all out, right?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have a real show yet. We've yet to actually air a show. How to ruin relations? Passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive
This is
techniques.
great. Oh, hold on.
Mike's in a relationship.
Control is the thread that keeps your relationship together, and we found that being passive aggressive is the best way to control your partner. I thought we could do something together today. Maybe go to the beach,
Not interested.
or we could stay in and watch a movie if the beach doesn't appeal to you. When Amber won't talk to me, she really helps me learn that I did something wrong. And because she won't tell me what I did that was wrong, deep down I just assume that I'm simply wrong for who I am at the core of my being.
When I give JP the cold shoulder, it's encouragement for him to be a better person, because I don't really like who he is.
Oh, thank you for cleaning the kitchen for once.
JP shares so much gratitude with me through his snarky comments, and at the same time he shames me a lot. He is so good at directly communicating his thoughts with me with misdirected shame.
She deserves it.
I decided I want to write a book. I'm so excited.
You've never written anything before, so you're not going to get picked up by a publisher.
JP's criticisms of my ambitions reminds me that I'm not enough of a person to fulfill my own hopes and dreams.
Amber's dreams have no place in our relationship because they threaten my ability to control her.
Oh, I feel so loved when you control me.
Couples who control each other stay together.
I've made it to the gym 3 times this week.
That's really good. I didn't think you'd be able to get yourself to go at all. I use a compliment to slightly disguise my harsh criticism of Amber.
Sam.
And I have lots of people who don't have any
What I
respect
do
for
is the
her.
bust their balls,
And I
not
don't
being
have any
serious.
respect for myself
This would be
either.
a great
That's why
segment
I'm
for the
with
show.
JP.
We track Jimmy's progress in a passive-aggressive
Well, I talked to
relationship
Drew
and
this
see how
morning.
long
He
it
said
takes
he
him to
and
get
Jillian
divorced.
are going to the Bahamas for a week.
Well, maybe if you made more money, we could go on a trip like that.
Huh?
How's that going?
I have
Yeah,
a lot of expectations
it's
that
going.
JP will
Look at his
never be
face,
able
look at
to
me.
meet.
Look at me.
And he deserves the
You have to
opportunity
ask
to
that
feel
question.
hurt about not living up to my impossible
I'm just kidding,
standards.
Jackie. I love you.
Amber feels empty inside because of her daddy issues from childhood, and I'd much rather have her hurt me rather than feeling her own hurt. And I think that by putting up with her emotional abuse, eventually I'll be able to rescue her.
I made
You're my knight in shining armor.
Hmm.
and I caught him on the heel hook.
That's so good.
Inside, outside.
Call him with
Honey hole or Ashi? Inside Ashi or outside Ashi?
call him-
Outside Ashi or double outside Ashi?
I think I had the knee reap.
Knee reap.
Who'd you catch
the reaper
again?
position.
Or I started out with the honey, and I got the knee reap, Coolio, and I did it to fucking Rob.
I was not following you on Twitter. Now I'm following you on Twitter.
Well, let's do that. Let's close up our show. Let's
Well,
throw out
hold
some-
on a second, because I didn't get to do my number one rapper.
We didn't do your number one?
No, we didn't do my number one. You did JC. I didn't get to do mine.
Who is your number one?
Well, let's film this. So let's get Naked Jimmy out of the shot. Close up the
Naked Jimmy
show.
out of the shot? We just lost like half of our viewers. You got Naked Jimmy out of the shot now. Half of our
You
viewers
are
just
your
left.
only viewer.
Yeah, he just
That's
walked out the
Jimmy.
door. Nice.
Number one. Anyway, back to top 5.
Two guys top
Rappers.
5.
2 guys top 5. Could you guess my number one? So I had
Well,
50.
you said
I had 50, DMX,
Jada.
Jada, Fab.
You said you didn't put Jay on. I know you
Didn't
wouldn't
put Jay, didn't
Biggie
put
on.
Biggie.
Let me see. You go old school?
Mm.
You wouldn't go Meek Mill.
He's from Philly, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
Chocolate Dropper?
You ready?
Yeah.
I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue. Pink. Cameron.
Oh, Cam. Killer Cam.
Mhm.
He's your number one?
Man, he influenced New York hip hop. Everybody was wearing pink. People started dressing the way they were dressing, right?
Dipset.
People used to wear baggy stuff, they started wearing tighter stuff. They had the chains, clothes fit a little bit better, which was good for me because I was short. So when I was wearing those jerseys and the baggy jeans, I went from 5'3" to 4'6".
Yeah.
I looked even shorter. You know what I mean? He had the pink Range Rover. This is the music they were putting out back in,
Dipset.
2002,
He was a
2003,
he was a
2004.
childhood friend of Mace until they had
Until
their little
Mace.
beef.
Until Mace
Well, and also too,
ran away.
Jim Jones. they broke up. The Dipset, they broke up. Now they got beef and everything like that. Money gets in there. It does, man.
No, but when they were all together,
They were
the
fire.
Dipset album was good.
Mhm.
Jim Jones
I
album.
really mean it.
We stand high, no lie, you know.
Yeah, I like Really Mean It was a really good song by them.
Mhm.
Cam had the song he did with DMX, 357.
So
That
many
was a really
songs
hot
they
track.
sampled and they used old.
Well, you were
Old
saying
records.
you were saying before too. One of the things like on the mixtapes and stuff, one of the real marks of a good hip hop artist, I think, is when all the other hip hop artists want you on their track. When you do like a lot of guest appearances, like Jada Kiss, hundreds of guest appearances.
Right.
Cameron too, hundreds of guest appearances. I think that's a sign of respect that I want you on my track. Also, they just want, they want
More
your
money.
fans to buy their
Yes.
track. But a lot of them, they get in beef. The whole Cam Mace beef started because Mace did a song for Cameron, was on one of his songs.
Yes.
And he was like, "Where's my check?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "I did your song. I get like a $20,000, whatever, to do songs." He's like, "I ain't paying you. We're supposed to be friends." And he was like, "Yeah, we're friends, but you gotta pay me
You
for
gotta
that
pay me.
song." And then
That's why he wasn't in the music video
yeah, that's how that beef started.
for Cameron's thing.
All right, so it was a great hour-long show we did for an hour and a half, 2 hours almost. All right, let's shut this thing down. Mike, what's your
Social media.
social media stuff?
On Instagram, I'm the Lone Wolf MMA. On Facebook, I'm Mike Trezano. And then on Twitter, I'm also the Lone Wolf MMA.
That's good. Yeah, you gotta keep your
keep them the same.
social media stuff the same. Lewis
Lou
is-
Galno UFC, Twitter and Instagram.
You don't do the snap?
I don't do the Snap, no
Do you do the
Snapchat.
snap?
No, I don't think so.
No. My
It's
son-
Snapchat, not
My son
the
is
Snap.
huge
The
on
Snap.
Snapchat.
You
I
don't
got
put
the-
the in front of everything.
I got the Snap.
I'm LJ Burns at whatever you want to do, or at LJ Burns at whatever they are. Again, my social media is terrible. It's all toys and my son. That's all it is. What do you put up on your social media mostly?
90% is fighting and training
Yeah.
and stuff, but every once in a while there's like some personal stuff, but I usually try and keep it professional.
Yeah,
So-
I just put pictures of the toys I buy. I buy a lot of toys.
He likes Pop Funko figures.
I was counting them the other day 'cause I had to move some of them around my
How many do you have?
I have I have 60 of just superheroes. Just DC and Marvel superheroes. I have 60 of those. And then I have about another 120.
So you have almost 200, 180.
Yeah, my son has more though. My son has but he takes them out of the box. He's stupid. He takes them out of the box.
And what? Has him. So he
Yeah.
has more than you.
Yeah. He's probably up closer to 250.
So altogether, you guys probably have 400 to 450
And I have a couple of
at
of them.
$10 a pop.
You like $12. But like you can buy them at stores. You buy 3, you get 1 for free.
Right.
This last weekend we go to the Hot Topic store in the Palisades Mall, and they have this thing cash, like Hot Topic cash, and it's always like a 10-day span. You're allowed to use this cash. So I had 10 of them. It's $15 each. That's $150. But you have to spend $30 to get $15 off. So it's basically like half off, right?
Right.
Um,
So you would buy 3
yeah, I got
and you get half
I
price.
bought myself 9 this week. All the new Star Wars, The Last Jedi.
I saw
came out,
those you put
so
up.
I got those. And my son got. He's really into Rick and Morty. You ever watch that show, Rick and Morty?
No, I see stuff.
I've
where they'll-
seen it, but I haven't watched
He
it.
keeps telling me to watch it. He tells me he's so good. He's actually watching American Horror Story now. You ever watch that?
Yeah.
That's creepy. That's creepy. It's hard to follow. You have to like really start at one and go all the way through.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to jump.
Apparently
in the
they
middle.
like tie in together somehow.
Yeah.
They're all in the same universe.
Yeah.
Or
The
something.
chick from Precious was in a couple of the different seasons as the same character.
Yeah, no, a lot of the characters are all in all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like
Just
TV
go to
shows?
YouTube and type in, American Horror Story seasons linked together
Yeah.
or something, and they'll.
It's like Pixar where they're all together.
That's a crazy theory.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that next week. We'll go over that. The Pixar thing next week. That's really, you know what this is?
No,
Like,
We'll pull it. We'll talk about it
yeah.
next week. We can show 'em.
everything's connected in Pixar. It's crazy.
All the movies are in the same universe.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Good show. Thank you, Michael, for coming in and
Thanks for hanging out for
sharing
2
your
hours.
experience. The Lone
yeah, I
Wolf.
appreciate you guys having
That's
me
a
on
cool
here.
nickname. That's a cool nickname. The Lone,
Lone
Wolf.
Wolf.
The Lone Wolf dies.
You got to come out
Survives.
with do you watch Game of Thrones?
You gotta come out
Yeah,
dressed up
of
like
course.
Jon Snow.
Like Jon Snow. You just need boom.
I want to get a full wolf coat. The head is my
Just
hood.
go to IKEA.
Yes.
Just go to IKEA. That's how
Just
they
go
make
IKEA,
the
they'll make
uniforms
it.
for Game of Thrones. And you should come out with an actual dire wolf. You should ride a dire wolf to the cave.
I don't think they're real, so.
No, dire wolves are real.
Well, not like in the show where they're
No,
that
they're real,
big.
just like in the show. Yep.
They weren't
yep.
that big.
They're mentally connected to a certain family. Nope, they're that real. Yep. Kind of magic.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Good
So
job.
the Pixar theory is that all movies take place in the same universe.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you ever seen Brave?
No,
Or you know
I know
what
what I know what it is.
Okay. So,
Are you brave?
have you ever seen Monsters Inc?
Yeah.
Okay. The little girl in Monsters Inc is the witch in Brave.
Hmm.